person, because that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you? Because like, let's just say even like with Cam and Mace, me personally, nothing about what I know Cam and Mace from. I don't give a fuck about y'all sports opinion.
No, they just entertaining.
So that's my point. But so I would be wondering how, but you never would hear people in the comments like what they'll do to me and you. What you know about fucking sports, nigga? You ain't never played.
Oh God, you get that too?
I don't think I get it because I'm probably on camera. I even probably look bigger than what the fuck I actually am.
I got that recently. It was like, who'd you play for? I'm like, bro, who cares? Happens low. Bro, Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. What? Crazy. $60 million for 1 year. Currently sitting in traffic down in DC. Happens low. Yummy. All right, folks. We back in the lab. We back in the studio. This is Captain's Log Podcast, home of your sports, trending topics, and today interviews. I got my good man CEO Mikey here with me. What's good, big dog? No. Clap it up for him.
Hey, question: you trying to get you some of that Jake Paul money?
Oh, you talking about the Celsius? Man, look, I don't have no branding deal. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just asking you. Did you know that his last fight, that was a situation? I was like, damn, that's kind of tough. That whole jump, like his shorts was Celsius, the ring was Celsius, even a little commercial. For some reason, after I watched that fight, it been coming up and down TikTok. He even be doing a little jumps in his training with the Celsius. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of tough.
You like it? You had one before?
Oh yeah, but I'm such a caffeine addict. I gotta do the bigger one, the Heat. They got a joint that's called like the Heat. It's the fat burner one. It's like 300 some grams of caffeine. That 160 won't do nothing for me.
You remember the last time? For those who don't know, I was on this man's podcast, the Vulture podcast. Mm-hmm. What 2.5 years? 2 years ago?
Time be fun. But you know that time, like I be feeling like I don't never really want to count. Of course, you gotta count the time because the time is the time. But it just be like I be forgetting that time because it was just like. You was locked down and you could just.
I know it was mid pandemic. I was like, I'm about to go to somebody's house. It's pandemic. We about to record. Like no mask. We just was in there getting it in, man. But I appreciate you for doing that, man.
I appreciate you for coming.
I honestly was like, because I had been following. I was like, man, I just want to get on somebody else's shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So I was just let me just see what's up. And then I think you hit me back like 2 days later. It was like, can you come Monday or something like that? I was like, yeah. So, no, that shit was tight, though, man. I definitely appreciate you for putting me in that environment, man. But, so I brought you here today, man, because definitely we've been following each other for a long, we've been chopping it up. We well overdue. We definitely cover some similar topics as far as sports and maybe some trending topic shit. I know you got like 8 different topics. We're going to get into that. But just briefly, we're going to briefly talk pod.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk the regular shit. So, the Vulture pod, man, like, tell me about that. How'd you come up with the name?
It's crazy because it's just like it's gang, but it ain't gang. Like I just at that time, Cardi B was like getting hot and she was putting the B on everything, and I was just like, all right, I don't care, it's tight. I'm gonna change it instead of being culture, it's gonna be vulture. I'm not. That was it. That's literally it. Like it's black culture, but instead of sitting because everybody was burning the word culture up. Like just imagine somebody saying, "Hey, I got the culture podcast now." Like that word ain't even as cool as it was at the time, even when the Migos was running with it. So now it's like, that never can get old because nobody else ever used it. But it literally was because Cardi B was putting a B on everything. And I was just a super Cardi fan at the time. I was like, oh, yeah, let me just put a B on front.
So that's what it really means, black culture.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that. And I damn sure didn't know you got it from fucking Cardi B either. So shout to Cardi. We're gonna give her 3 seconds. That's crazy, bro. I never heard no shit like that.
I didn't. I just swear to God. That's literally how I came up with it. And the crazy thing is my man, I was originally going to do it with my man. He owned a few clubs in the city. And I brought my younger man with me to the joint. My man was like, I don't know if I like that name, though. My young man texted me. He was like, fuck him. Use that name. And I stuck with it.
And what year was this?
2019, I think.
2019.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you was about a year before me. So I mean, what was going on? Like, what was going on in your life that they said I'm just gonna start a podcast?
I think because I kept watching too many. Like, realistically, for most people, if you're on YouTube or you listening to this on a podcast app, realistically, if your top 10 or top 5 favorite podcasts, 9 times out of 10 they from New York. So that means 90% of their opinions is New York bias. When it comes to music, that was the shit that really pissed me off, because I hate New York people's opinion, because it's literally just in those 5 barrels and lean over to Jersey. Like, they just, every talking point, even when they talking local rappers, when you talking to your top 5, it's literally all of that. Like, so it just irritates me. And people from the South, no shade to the South, some of them, their Southern draw may be a little too strong for a New York person to indulge in it. So I can meet in between. And realistically, that's what the DMV realistically is. Even if you talk about go-go music, most of the biggest popular go-go songs was a form of a flip from a South song. So that Southern culture, like, look at a nigga like Scarface, he come here and probably make millions of dollars just playing with Backyard and Junkyard over and over. That never will get tired, never get old, and Devin to do the same thing. So my point of all that being said is, I can speak for all the Southern people, and I can still speak for my area and give New York some pushback where it still makes sense. Like, I still can respect what they got going on, but I ain't about to just lay down and let niggas tell me Nas better than Wayne. But when you hear it from a country nigga trying to defend it, like somebody from Louisiana, it just be so, yeah, baby, and you're like, no, the average person, if you're not from there or you don't appreciate that lingo, you gonna tune that out.
You know, they don't give each other no credit, man. Like the New York, you're right. New York niggas and South niggas the same. They going be like, well, New York did this, and the South, where they started in the South, like, damn, y'all can compliment each other. You know what I'm saying? It's okay.
But you know, the crazy thing is, most of them, they didn't. New York niggas probably never made it that far down, because if you talking about drug dealing, the biggest New York niggas, they stop at DC. It don't go no further for them. Like, their main stories, if you watch Vlad or you listen to any of these niggas' interviews, when they do their interviews, their highlight of their story be New York, and then when they came to DC. It don't be like, oh, I'm gonna go to DC, then I'm gonna go to Florida, and whatever the case may be. It don't really be like that. So I don't even know where they really get to even intermingle with each other like that.
Well, they make enough money, so they're like, well, why go even further? If it's enough money between here and New York,
and you know, them country niggas just play a different type of ball game. Their rules is different. They're all coming down with that loud, aggressive ass shit. Them South niggas will pack you up and send your ass right back up the street in a casket somewhere.
Hey, go ahead, man. Okay. All right. So your audience, man, who's your target audience?
Originally, it was girls, because my very first 20 episodes, I had 2 female co-hosts. So it was more, and at that time, they were more popular, interact. When I say never had more followers than me on social media, but they were more interactive on social media. So I had followers, but I never really was using my page for real until I started podcasting. So I just had followers, but I never was really just like interacting with people and giving them a reason to engage. Where these 2 women were engaging with their followers every day, because women can always do that. Niggas just gonna be on your, so it's easy to kind of talk about that. But so when I slowly but surely started to lose female co-hosts, I was just like, and I started kind of like just dealing with too many of my listeners. I was like, how can I turn this left? And I really ain't even turned it left until like I really started getting on TikTok, and I kind of just even had a moment where it was just like, no, I want to talk about stuff dudes like to listen to. I don't care about, and that's what realistically, to be honest, that's what it got oversaturated, is when all the podcasts got super popular by talking about relationship shit. I've been talking about relationship shit, but I never was using, like, I wasn't doing the clips like I do them now. So me just talking about to my audience, building up a female audience, it got tricky, because of course I probably lost a lot of audience, but I was starting to look at my analytics on social media. It was like I was still getting way too many dudes to respond. So it was like, I can lose a couple if I'm going to gain a couple thousand. So, I mean, that's what it was. But originally, it was women. I was talking about all relationship shit. I was, at the time, dating one of my co-hosts. So we was super talking about all the girl TV shows she want me to lay up and watch up and talk about the Kardashians. We hearing this motherfucker talking about Kardashian episodes. Don't get into it. Them episodes was fire. And other women was listening, and they was wanting me to crack. So at that time, it was cool. But I'm talking about just the end-all play when you start to see, I debate anybody and tell you this all the time, those relationship podcasts to me do more detriment to the black community the same way people feel about drill rap. Because that divisiveness, man versus woman type of shit, it's just as bad as a drill rapper. Because realistically, what's more important? It ain't important if me and you get along. It's more important if you and your woman get along.
You're right.
So that whole, I should do this, and the third, bro, it didn't sleep right with me. Like, I was just like, I don't feel like I was doing the justice. I was like, I want to talk about something different.
So, damn, you said a lot. You just threw me off a little bit. So when you made that shift, because I watched it, I was like, damn, you really just shifted, and you was talking about sports hard. How often would you checking your analytics?
Not that often, because I'm not. One thing I don't never want to. I don't want to live and die on the numbers. Because if you live on whatever your high is, again, when I was talking about if you get let's just say I think one of my highest videos on TikTok was 300, close to 400,000. It was a Lil Durk video. I was talking about Lil Durk. But if I kept my thing at that, you would get stagnated and wouldn't want to post nothing because you'll be thinking twice about, oh, if this video don't do this, I only can talk about this. And that's how most people, you call it a niche audience. No, you're just scared to not hit that same number again. And that's why you see so many, if the Shade Room or whoever, they always keep recycling the same people they always post. Even when you talk about ESPN, that's why they still talk about the Cowboys. Cowboys been asked for how many years, but they still talk about them because they're looking at numbers and sitting here saying, well, when we talk about them or we talk about LeBron, it's this, that, and the third. People going to watch it. But then guess what you do? Now you allow a bunch of niggas on YouTube to grow millions of followers. Them niggas ain't talking about the Cowboys. They talking about whatever team, wherever they from, and whoever city they like, or whatever their favorite place is. And the younger the people are, the way less they talking about the Cowboys. But you can't sit here and tell me I'm judging. I should still be talking about the Cowboys every day if it's millions of YouTubers talking about sports and they never talk about the Cowboys. And these niggas ain't got 50 views or 30 views. These niggas in the hundreds of thousands of views. Some of them in the millions.
They can't help it, though. Every now and then you just like, oh, Dak Prescott. Why are we talking about Dak Prescott right now? Why are we talking about Tom Brady? He's retired. Like, they just can't help. I understand what you're saying, man. But to get back to your point about the relationship podcast, and this is no diss to relationship podcast. Listen, if it worked for you, do what you got to do. Because some people could say the same about sports. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like it's so narrow. Relationships, it's so narrow. How much shit are we talking about? Like, hey, how much of a relationship can you talk about every week for 3, 4, 5 years?
So this was my thing. When I started to sit here and I was debating on, if you really want to do this serious, who's the bar for relationship podcasts? Let's just throw a name out there. Let's say if 8 at the table or one of those tonight's conversation, if that's your bar, you talking about that's some Instagram shit. What's their bar on YouTube? You ain't. I hope you're not comparing that shit to Joe Budden or Gilly or Nori or fucking Shannon Sharp or Skip. Like, if you are comparing compare whatever your top relationship podcast is to, you could put that shit to a mid hip hop jump. Or somebody you hate. If you hate academics, go look at academics numbers compared to any of your top fucking relationship jumps. The numbers ain't even comparable. That nigga could do whatever they do, have sleep, and I'm for real. You think about payout. Look at that little nigga casting that. So that's what we talking about business. And people love to tell you, oh, well, women are more impulsive shoppers if you cater to women, this, that, and the third. Yeah, but who's the big buyer? If I go to a fucking a baseball game or a football game, is it more women or more niggas in there? So that comes, like, people tell you that shit. Yeah, niggas, me and you might not go buy a purse, but and your woman may go buy a purse, but nigga, we'll still go buy season tickets. Do the math on them season tickets compared to that fucking purse. And we in a city where it's some bullshit teams, so you can get season tickets at a decent price. But imagine if you lived in LA or you lived in New York and you were trying to get Knicks season tickets or the Lakers season tickets. What the hell are you talking about? Look at what these Knicks. What the white boy just get paid from ESPN, like $80 million or some crazy shit. And he literally just got his shit from. He was on YouTube originally. What's the white boy with the tank top? And
Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
McAfee.
Whatever his name is, Aaron Rodgers' homeboy.
Yeah.
But he literally, don't look at the bar. Look at how much Joe Rogan got. Joe Rogan he talk about his wife and kids sometimes. 90% of his episodes, he just talking about whatever. I just live, dog. Whatever he feel like, dog. Him and Post Malone literally just did an interview for 4 hours and 41 minutes talking about absolutely nothing. And you think that I'm going to sit here and I'm going to lose, you should pay my bills 50% of this, that, and that. Man, eat a dick. No,
I used to, coming up, in them first 2 years of podcasting, man, everybody was like, man, you got to niche down. I'm like, why, bro? Like, why do you just gotta? Don't get me wrong. If I just was a diehard person and I didn't have no on sports and I didn't have no insight about nothing else, then yeah, I would just do sports. But my shit didn't originate on sports. It originated on me on the train complaining every morning. That's where it originated. So when you just narrow yourself down, like to just relationships, I can see if you want to narrow yourself down on fitness. Or mental health or home improvement, DIY or family shit, because that's something. The reason why I think the relationship thing is temporary is because you're only getting one audience.
Of course.
And majority of the relationship podcasts are African Americans. But when you talk sports, when you talk fashion, when you talk music, I follow these guys. I think these guys are like Middle Eastern, and all they talk is music. They every Thursday they be like, "Here's a music drop in the night." They go out do interviews. They talk music. I think it's.
I know. I want to see if you about to talk about the same.
I know. You probably follow them on TikTok.
Oh, yeah. Then we talk about the same.
Young,
we talking about the same. Exactly.
But like you look at them, and it's like
crazy.
And the numbers are crazy. And half the time they're not saying shit. I follow these other dudes, group of young dudes. They call themselves a Pick a Side podcast. Shout to them. All they talk is sports, but it's like 6 of them though.
No, and you know what's so crazy, I'm glad that you like the same Jones that I like. Only thing with them sometimes is like they need a nigga in their Jones. Their cast work, but sometimes it just be like y'all be almost teetering me. You giving me these white boy takes sometimes because it just be and I even feel that way even just about ESPN or a lot of them sports. Is like even when you shit on certain quarterbacks, I'm like I don't even understand how niggas shitting on Trey Lance. He only played 8 games, dog. How the fuck are you judging a nigga for 8 games? 2 seasons, he played 8 games, though. It's 17 games a season. He literally only played in 8 games, but you telling me the fucking, what's the Purdy? What the fuck is that nigga name that's about to be the 49ers head coach?
Purdy.
No, I swear to God, I pray the 49ers don't win a fucking game this season, dog.
They gonna be mid, just like Purdy.
But anyway, going back to what you said, the pick aside, I like them. And I like them a lot. And even just, them niggas don't even, the little short, the head nigga at the table, bro, this nigga might almost be a midget. I don't even know if I can say that word. But though he's short as shit, in his opinion, though he knows how to get niggas riled up when you watch him. I respect the nigga who know how to make me mad and want to put a comment in.
But they know their stuff though, you know what I'm saying? They know their shit, and they
do
their research. I just remember them doing like NFL draft. I was like, damn, I don't watch that much fucking football, you know what I'm saying? But like they got it down to a T. But again, like I just say that as like anybody can watch that. So that's my thing. It's like when I bring people on here or people want to watch, I want everybody watching my shit. I want everybody.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? And like that's my goal. My goal is my audience is like I got someone from Germany, someone from France who listens to my shit every fucking week since I started. You know what I'm saying? Like I love that. I don't just want everybody from the South Side,
of course,
watching my shit. I want the people from Bethesda, Gaithersburg, of course. You know what I'm saying? All the white neighborhoods in West Virginia. I want everybody to tune in.
And to be honest, I think even when we talk about just the relationships before we button that one up, is realistically that window is so small because you're only praying that your audience never get in a successful relationship. Because if I get in a relationship, I don't need to listen to a relationship podcast no more.
Exactly. And honestly, the only way that your shit is really good is if you're exposing what the fuck you got going on. Well, how can you be coming here and say, well, this what y'all should be doing if she ain't doing this? If it didn't happen to you.
But let me tell you, and that's the number reason why I end up stop doing it, especially during the pandemic, because during the pandemic it was easier for me I just could record all day long and just whoever was coming over the house. I had girls that I was really dealing with, and I wouldn't want because I wasn't doing video. I'm just doing audio. You never know. I'm not saying their name, especially if I really was fucking with her. We're never mentioning your name. You're just talking. Whatever your friends that you've been put onto the podcast, they'll recognize your voice. That's it. That's all. I'm talking from city to city, whatever the case may be. But my whole thing of it is you still had to be careful with your words because what if I'm not treating her this way? I really might fuck with her during the pandemic. I was really like in love with some of these women. Like didn't care going raw. If I had a kid, it didn't make a difference. But at the same time, I wasn't presenting to the point where I could be like, every time I see her, I'm gonna get some flowers for it and this and that. Because I'm not gonna hold you. I was one of the people in the house in the pandemic just praying and like, I'm going to keep busting these plays, but I'm not trying to do too much because I don't even know how the world about to come. I don't know if we ever going back outside or what's going on. So I'm just trying to make sure I got enough bread to keep food in the refrigerator, keep my bills paid up so I can just keep recording, keep my electricity, keep my cable on, whatever the case may be. So I wasn't out here splurging, so I can't talk about splurging if that's not what I'm doing and I'm hitting a joint raw. She gonna be like, nigga, when you all this splurging, you keep talking on this damn microphone, why you ain't doing it with me?
Exactly.
But that's the shit. You have to talk like that to get people to just want to go crazy over your shit. You have to be a pandering ass nigga to get women a bunch of yes, amen, oh yes, king, tell them how you supposed to do it. I can't say that because I don't have to be one of them niggas to get pussy. It never was. That's not my play. I could literally get on this microphone and just talk, and that shit gonna open, dog. I know you can't relate because you're married, but dog, talking on this fucking microphone and women listen to your voice, man, bro. Oh my god, I know you ain't supposed to talk about how you like the fucking shutdown, but nigga, that shit did me hellified justice.
Hey, look, if it worked for you, it worked for you, man. You know, do your thing, man. All right, you wild, bro. So talk to me, man. So do you have guests on your show? How often do you have guests?
Not no more.
When's the last time you had a guest?
Man, shit, it might be like a year or some change, man.
Why you stop?
Cause it'd be too
much.
No, it's not too much. You just never know what you're gonna get. Like I've let niggas who got podcasts come and they wet the bed. Like everybody just not. No, I can really talk. I like today, nigga. I'm sitting here saying I'm not doing nothing else. I'm gonna go run and I'm gonna have my mind fresh so I can come in this joint, energize and talk. And on podcast days, that's how I am. So if you sitting here saying, I don't know what your life is like, but then you come in and you want to talk in front of me or talk and it's me and four of my friends, that shit gonna be hard for you, dog. Especially if you're not ready to swim, you're gonna get drowned. And it was like, what was the purpose of having you in? I could have brought another one of my friends or another one of the bras I was fucking with. So it did no service for me. Like, don't get me wrong, like, and I don't count like my friends who just come and talk. I don't count them as guests. It's just my friends, and they just at my house at the time while I record, cut on the mic and talk. But yeah, guests, nah, because I just don't. Like, I'm not a networking nigga. I'm not a nigga who will be like, oh, hey, I can't.
You've been networking a little bit.
Fuck no, I don't. I swear, no. Look at my DMs ain't nothing but talking to women and talking to my men in the group chat. I got 2 different group chats. One with me and my cousins, and then one with me and my men. That's it. The only other thing I'm talking to on social media is women. I ain't networking with niggas. For what?
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I just thought that's just what we do. I mean, but you know,
me personally, Cause I got an ego. I'm not gonna hold you. I never want to seem like I'm dick riding.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't never want to be like, hey, can I, whatever the case may be, and then a nigga spin me. I'm gonna really be salty. So I'd rather just be genuine. Like I press you out every time you see me, nigga. Don't wrap me up. When can I come on? It wasn't you asking me. You sit here and tell me I'm recording by myself when you need me to come on there. The last time I seen you, that's what I said. When you said I don't want to record by myself, well, tell me what days you want me to come. I'll come. That's the far as I'm gonna do is networking. I'm not just about to be like, hey,
that's networking.
That's not networking. Because you was having a regular conversation and you just talking to me, and I'm just like, nigga, shit, I hold it down for you.
But that's not to the extent what you saying. But that's still, I mean, it's a conversation. Hey, look, I want to get you on. All right, bet. Let me know. That's all you said was let me know today. That's networking, bro.
I mean, I guess.
It is. I get what you're saying. They're like, not off the, man, I love your shit, man. Can I get on? They're like, come on. I get what you're saying.
Because I know how niggas be. And to be honest, and that's why you don't see a lot of DMV, especially males, link with each other because niggas be, because don't get me twisted, podcasting, it's hard to gain an audience if you're not a celebrity. So realistically, most niggas, if I hear another nigga that I feel like could really talk, most niggas would be like, I don't know if I want to bring him on my shit because let's just say if I got a couple hundred or even if I got a solid 50, I don't know if I want my 50 that I had to bust my ass to get come in and hear this nigga fucking pull a Beyonce on my shit and now with my 50 that ran with this nigga. Like, that's how niggas think, dog.
Yeah. I honestly, it's astonishing to me that isn't that many podcasts?
Hell yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily know if everybody still got one because originally, like I said, when I started with the two females,
a lot of people in
it was a lot at the beginning. And niggas, because I didn't know because that's just it's not my lane. I literally listened to like Joe and them, I don't listen to like regular local niggas, but when I start to get in the swing of it, and I just said like, all right, let me see what the bar is, and then let me see what niggas is doing at the entry level. So I studied everybody's shit. Now that's how come them 2 shit we just named, them not big name junks, but they got a decent audience. So even with that being said, they knew niggas. So when we first was recording, I was like #1 podcast in the DMV, and niggas was salty about that shit. But I'm like, nigga, I didn't know y'all niggas even had one, and I'm sure most people don't know y'all got one.
I mean, it's just you having confidence in yourself.
But let's be clear. Niggas got mad when T.I. said he was the king of the South. Niggas got mad when Lil Wayne said he the greatest rapper alive since the greatest rapper retired. So when you put those slogans on you, but what I did, I end up stopped doing it because I'm just like, I need y'all niggas to listen. Because I'm 9 times out of 10, if you got your own shit and I keep saying that shit every time, you may get turned off. So I'm just gonna I don't even need to say that shit. It's not, you know what it is. You know for a fact when you hear this fucking nigga get to talking and I'm 2 hours in, nigga, I stop my shit and pat myself on the back because I know what I listen to and I know for a fact niggas don't want Nathaniel with me. Shout out to my man Floyd. I went and did this shit and it was like, we was recording in the studio and the dude was like, why, you know what I'm saying? You don't need no headphones. This for YouTube. I told the nigga, I said, maybe you don't know who I am, but give me 20 minutes and you gonna know why I needed these headphones. I swear to God, 20 minutes. I don't even know how I caught myself. I said, hey, dude, the nigga he's working the camera and the mic. I said, yeah, you know who it is now, right? That's why I got these fucking headphones on. Go ahead. I just had to remind him because he was trying to talk to me like, this YouTube, you don't need headphones, it's not the radio. I'm like, oh, you made me not familiar with me, but give me 20 minutes, you're going to know what time it is.
Yeah, you got to have the headphones, man. rookies. Anyway, let's talk social media, man. Bro, post a lot. You post a lot and you post quick.
Like I don't feel like I post quick though.
Are you kidding me?
No,
bro. I'll see the post, and I'm on my phone all the fucking time. Mm-hmm. I'll see the post at goddamn 8:00. At 8:17, boom. You do it. You know what your signature is, right? I'm gonna tell you what your signature is. This is what you do. You hit the phone, and then you sit back and you go. Every one of your posts, you be like,
you know what's so crazy? I've been nailed it because with YouTube, I didn't know like the shorts actually have to be less than 60 seconds for it to count as a short. So now on YouTube, I start to edit and cut it down to make sure it's like 58 seconds or even a little bit shorter, and you will see the numbers go a dramatic fucking difference.
It's hard to cut it sometimes, ain't it?
I don't give a fuck shit, because if you don't cut that motherfucker, that shit ain't gonna play in your favor. I swear to nigga, that jump on the numbers from when you cut that motherfucker just a couple, dog. I was mad that I had so many jumps that was at a minute and they wasn't counting in shorts, and I didn't know that they wasn't counting in shorts. I thought they was because on every other fucking platform that's a short video. A 1 minute video is a short video, but no, on YouTube that shit got to be like 58 seconds.
So you putting the keywords and shit in the.
I'm a listener. You know what's so crazy? I do feel like, and I'm sure most people, if you've been creating content or even if you was posting pictures long enough on social media, Instagram hashtags be like hit or miss. But TikTok, them shits work.
You crazy. We'll talk about them hashtags on Instagram, because I got a friend of mine. She's a marketing consultant, and just based on what she told me about them hashtags, my last few posts went the fuck off. I never had no 400 or 500 comments on one post. Now don't get me wrong, it was a little bit of clickbait. You know what I'm saying?
I get that, but what I'm saying is if you compare how many hashtags or what hashtags you use, I just compare them off of how many followers I got. And on Instagram and TikTok, there's no way that my TikTok should always 90% of the time outperform my Instagram. And don't get me wrong, I got some days, even when it comes to sports, I think my Instagram outperforms my TikTok a lot on when it comes to those type of videos. But something like when it comes to just like rap shit and whatever the case may be, though my TikTok 9 times out of 10 always, I be surprised. Like I just did the ESTG joint. I was surprised how many fucking my Instagram destroyed my TikTok. And I was like, and my TikTok joint still did like 60,000, but I was just like, this fucking joint on Instagram just did like 115,000. But I'm still saying those hashtags just be tricky, dog. Like them joints to me, on TikTok, I can literally just talk about whatever. And if you use a hashtag, I know for a fact that shit is going to work. Instagram, it be just like hit or miss with them hashtags. Don't get it twisted. I'm saying I still going to use them every time just because I want it. When it hit, it's going to hit. But when it miss, it just be like, all right.
You know what I use for the hashtags? I use ChatGPT.
What you mean?
You know what ChatGPT is?
I know what it is, but I never use it. So let's say we making a post, and we talking about relationship podcast. And I'll go to ChatGPT and I'll say, hey, I'm dropping free game. I'll say, I just made a post online about relationship podcast. Give me 10 hashtags related. It's going to give me the 10 probably most used hashtags for that. I copy and paste them bitches and put them on Instagram, put them on TikTok. Damn. But
so you ain't even got to think about it.
But so that's tight. I did not know. You just definitely gave niggas free game because I ain't know nothing about that. But just going back to what you're saying, even quick. Sometimes I miss, like it's been days I miss topics because I'm nowhere near my mic and my headset. Because it's just like after a while, after you present yourself one way, I never kind of want to go back. Like I don't mind. Like if a nigga asks me to come and do his shit, if his shit ain't laid out like this, I kind of don't want to do it. To be honest, because you know what's so funny? I literally just did a joke. I'm not even going to say my man name, but I did a joke for him on Saturday, and he doing this shit off the phone. I'm like, bro, he put the joke out and he tagged me. I'm not reposting this shit, bro. The sound crazy as shit. The light and shit fucked up. It's just like, dog, I'm not.
Hey, dog.
Because my whole thing is you can't sit here and, dog, your setup is amazing. So I'm know for a fact that your shit costs more than mine, bro. I done spent thousands of dollars from getting different. Realistically, the first time I ever bought some mics, though, I bought a junk where it only did 2 mics. Didn't know, and I literally recorded an episode with 4 guests. Me and my man just in here, and I had my man.
Mics.
No, not even passing mics because we thought the other 2 was recording because we thought we had a full inbox show. So the whole conversation was just ass. You can hear me and my man Mike, and he wasn't even talking. He was just doing the soundboard. And the other 2 people that was talking, you couldn't hear nothing they said. So it just, but that was learning. So you talking about, I got literally a little sound joint, I think like a Yamaha joint. That shit was like $600. I let that joint go to waste. Never used it again because I ended up buying a bigger joint. get that one, then had to get a new one. So I literally just spent a couple $1,000s and then nail them in a whole soundproof room. So it's like, nigga, that shit, had to get the soundproof wall, then the shit to put on top of the wall. That shit cost some bands, dog. Yeah. I'm not about to sit here and just be going get a nigga jump. But I don't never want to come off like a Hollywood nigga. But I'm like, bro, if you really want to do this, you got to spend some money. You can't just have your fucking phone. Cause now you being disrespectful to the craft because it's like you feel like you can do it because everybody else doing it. Nah, nigga, spend some time to get some bread.
Well, the phone to me is for so let's just say if you wasn't home, the phone shit is for you out and about.
Of course.
Like let's just say you got a hot take, you want to do it now, and you got your phone, you got a little I can always keep a little mini tripod. You just set the bitch up. You fuck around, you get you a $25 wireless lavalier, stick that bitch in the bottom of your phone, put it on there, and you can be like, hit the joint.
What's a lavalier? What's that? A light?
No, it's a little microphone. It's a wireless microphone.
Okay.
You hold. You ever see the dudes on there? They be like,
and they be talking
I'm here with.
You
get one of them bitches on Amazon for $25.
Okay.
Turn the volume down a little bit on the mic so the shit don't sound crazy, and you can literally do your fucking take. You could be fucking cooking breakfast. And what y'all think about do like anything you can do it there. That's what the phone is for. I mean, for the entry level dudes who just started. By all means, if you only doing audio, just use your phone, get some headphones. If you're doing video, I mean, you can at least get your GoPro or something. I mean, I feel like there's more than enough options that you just don't have to use your phone. But
no, I'm cool if you use your phone. If we was in a smaller room and the phone was close enough where the sound don't sound like it's echoing and we in a goddamn shoebox. That's what I'm talking about. I don't even care if you banging on, because I still bang on the phone until I literally just started posting videos on YouTube because I figured out how to go YouTube live and my sound still sound the same. That's what I cared about. As long as the sound, I don't care about the visual right now. Bro. The sound is more important than the visual because most people, even if they on YouTube, I'm not sitting watching a jump. Nigga, I listen to when Joe go on vacation and he put up all them Patreon jumps on YouTube. I'm listening to him, but I'm not watching them. So just realistically, and I'm an avid podcast listener to endless podcasts. I know what I'm not watching nothing. I may glance at my phone. So what your layout look like? I don't care about that. I want to hear what that sound like. So you can't sit here and think that I'm sitting here taking time, even when I'm doing my videos in the morning. That's why I say I miss out on certain jokes because if I'm nowhere near no lighting, because you get spoiled after a minute. I'm sure realistically you spoiled to your setup, so it'd be hard for you to go somewhere else and record. It just be difficult for me to say if I got a hot take and I'm nowhere near, I can't get in front of my mics and stuff. It'd be hard. I just like, damn, that shit went to waste. And it'd be some good jumps that I didn't just let go to waste.
But you still post a lot. So you post a lot for TikTok. So you got to think, bro. You post all the time. I got my main man who live in Georgia. Shout out to Brandon. Whenever he follow me on all avenues, and he says, bro, every time I'm on TikTok, your shit pops up. He's like, that's where you pop up. He was like, your shit don't pop up on Instagram like that.
Of course.
So the way at the volume that you posting on TikTok and you doing YouTube shorts, your YouTube gonna go off too.
Oh yeah, no. You know what's so crazy, and that's why another reason why I kind of got frustrated with Instagram because I'm like, dog, I watch my YouTube gain, even if it was like 10, even an extra 10 followers a month or 10. I had a week or a month where it might have grown like 20 a week. But I'm just looking at it like, damn, I've been on Instagram for this long and my shit been stuck at that same number forever.
Instagram be annoying, bro. Well, how many subscribers you got on YouTube now?
5,800 and some change.
And you ain't. Next question: when the fuck you gonna start doing video?
No, I do it now. I just go YouTube live.
No, I'm talking. Oh, when you start doing that?
Maybe 3 weeks ago. But I don't promote it. But I don't promote it. So because I don't want this again. Where I don't want to split my audience. If I've been using Instagram to build up my Apple junk, that's all I'm gonna promote on it. I'm never gonna promote my YouTube shit on YouTube. But YouTube got a way where you can share your video, so you sharing to your feed. So it's just like how you share a post, instead of sharing it on Facebook or whatever, you can share it on YouTube where people like already subscribe to you. You'll come down there and jump. So I see that shit works. If you continuously, and then you don't get it twisted. Again, why I don't pull out to the numbers, because I had the first week it did maybe like close to like 300 views on the jump. The second week that shit only did maybe like 50. 1 week, but I think because I end up hitting, like I played some music and it had a copyright jump, so it got like 22 views on it. But then the next week I'm like, oh cool, with this week that just passed, shit almost at 300 again. So that's why I'm saying you can't never get stuck on the numbers, because it's like that it's gonna be, them shit's gonna be hit or miss. You're gonna have your days because it's still an algorithm. They still control who the shit gonna come to, how many times it's gonna come down their timeline to even give them an opportunity to click it. Where it's not like a Apple podcast or something where it's like on Spotify when you already got these people saved or you subscribe to their junk, it's gonna notify you every day it come out. So Yeah, you just got to play those games. But I like the YouTube live shit. Only thing I don't like is, or maybe something I probably got to figure out. I don't know how to. I'm recording off of a computer camera, so the shit just look ugly to me. I don't like that shit.
Well, you can. There's ways that you can get like a webcam. You get a webcam, like a joint that sit on the top. Mm-hmm. You can get a webcam. They make 4K webcams. You just plug that bitch in and sit it on the top, and it'll be a better.
Will
picture.
it still pick up the same sound?
It might. I mean, I'm pretty. I don't know it off top, but I'm pretty sure it's a workaround. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, because as long as if I can still get it to pick up the same sound, now I need to get on top of that like ASAP.
Or you might have to say fuck it. Go buy your little cheap camera. You get you a Canon T6 or something. You get that bitch for like $200-$300 on Amazon, and you can make that bitch a webcam. And boom, you good. That's what I was doing when I used to go live. I used to have a Canon T6 that used to be right there on a tripod. We had this long ass fucking plug that used to go in there, and this is when we was on StreamYard. But we was using StreamYard as a simulcast. So we was going. This is when I was going live all the time. So I used to go live on Facebook. I used to go live on YouTube. Mm-hmm. I could have went on like Twitch, LinkedIn, and a bunch of other shit, but I only did them two because I don't have no LinkedIn, and I wasn't doing it on Twitch. But the sound was the sound. Everything was plugged in. And this is when I was plugging everything into the fucking laptop. And yeah, we was getting the sound. So it's a way.
Oh yeah,
I can't think about it off the top of my head. I mean, I'll look into it.
Oh yeah, if I can get that, then I'd be good money. That's it. That's the only thing that kind of get me frustrated. And another reason why I really want shit, just because I just don't like the way it looked. Like the sound wise, it's cool. Like I know how to dress it up. Where it's like a couple of videos I posted, and you see the vulture joint in the background, and I'll just dress it up with whatever pictures around it because I just don't like how like the way you got your joint. Your shit looks professional. Like that's why I said, I'm gonna come and give my LeBron James Game 7 game because the quality of your shit, and that's how niggas gotta respect that. You can't come on a nigga trying to be dry and a nigga giving you A1. Man, you're crazy as shit.
I'm gonna tell you something. If it's one thing, I take fucking pride in audio and video, bro. Like production is this is what I told Keenan when he was on here, and I said, bro, if it don't look right, I can't do it. Like if the shit looking crazy, I'll be like, bro, we're gonna have to do it again. This shit looking crazy. So like literally before you got here, like I was down here for probably like fucking 20 minutes. Even though this shit was in the same place from last time and the time before that, you still got to do them checks. There was a time where I used to have 3 cameras. And one time the middle camera wasn't going. I was like, yeah, I don't need 3 cameras now. Because all I'm going to do is I'm going to split screen that bitch. And then you going to have your close up and it's going to be me. And I'm just going to swap that shit back. And we just going to do it just like that. But yeah, that comes from time, man. You definitely, if you really want to do this shit now, granted, my numbers are still moderate. But over time, you appreciate that fucking quality, bro. And honestly, bro, this is why it's so hard for me to listen or watch other podcasts. It's hard. I'm working on myself. I said this year I'm going to listen to podcasts. I got 2 joints that I listen to that I'll be remembering. I listen to these guys called the Minimalists. There's I think it's 2 or 3 white guys and a black dude. Their background is fucking black, but their audio is crispy, like we sitting there with them. And I listen to these white guys called the 505 podcast. I just listen to them because they talk photography shit because that's kind of my next endeavor. But I'll do $1 million worth of games sometimes. It just be hard for me to stay locked in, man. Maybe because I'm watching it or listening at the wrong time. I think the best time for me to listen to a podcast is when I'm commuting to work or something.
No, for sure. I mean, and just for me, even when I just be doing the truck and stuff, that's when I can really lock in. But like, I'm gonna pull a 12-hour. I'm listening to nothing but I don't want to. From time to time, when I feel like it.
Really?
Yeah. When I feel like it.
I didn't know that.
When I feel like it. But. So that's how I listen to majority of the podcast. So if I be like, I need to really lock in, I'm gonna go hit my uncle. Let me take some of the jumps for you, whatever. But just because that's my perk, but that's how I need to. Only way I can, because even when I'm in the gym, sometimes like I can listen to some podcasts in the gym. Every podcast is not entertaining enough that I can listen to in the gym. So it'd be like I have to be able to be working and listen to them. If I'm put like I say like 12, 8 hours, or I can listen to every podcast I need to, and then. It'd be certain jokes that I can save and I can listen to this in the gym. If I'm not, those days I just miss out on it. But most people don't. Niggas be having them. I be happy when niggas stop doing it so much. So I ain't gonna never say it's oversaturated because I do feel like it is what it is, dog.
I think that it'd be a lot of people who think that it's quick money, or people who think you can grow quick. I think they don't really realize that it's a fucking snail race, dog. Like it take time. I know. over this amount and your hands amount of people who started a podcast before, in between when I did, and they don't do it no more because you got to put that work in, man. Like you got to realize that like you got to be able to go weeks, you got to be able to go months where you just not hitting. And you got to keep going, boom. Now all of a sudden, damn, what this nigga keep popping up on my explore page? Let me click that. Next thing you know, I might have 1 week where it was 1 week I had like fucking 500 downloads. I was like, what the fuck? And then the next week I had 12. So it's just, you just never know. But I just think that the easiest part about me is why I just can't quit doing it, because all I got to do is walk the fuck downstairs. Now, if I was paying for a studio or some shit,
but that's what most people do.
I would have been hung it the fuck up.
But that's what most people do. And that's why most people hang it up. Or even just most people don't have enough shit to talk about. Like, it seems like if I'm watching somebody else and you feel like, just going back into the dating shit, if I got a better dating life than this person, I know I just got wild, way crazy stories. 9 times out of 10, you got 3 episodes worth of stories.
Yeah. And then it's like, what you gonna pivot to? You know, that shit used to happen to me back in the day when I used to have guests all the fucking time. This is why I try to spread it out now, because I think I had like 5 guests in a row, and then one person canceled, and I was like, well, damn, I gotta go in there. And I was sitting down here, I was like, what the fuck am I gonna talk about? You kind of forget how to do that shit on your own. You know what I'm saying? You gotta kind of take that time to say, all right, well, what do I do? Or as the viewer, it's just not that entertaining with you by yourself. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what's so cool though? But it's just like, and that is to me when you really get to see if you really like that or not.
If you built for it.
If you really built for it, and if you're really passionate about it. Because like I said, my original co-host was my girl. So when we stopped talking, and then the pandemic hit, oh shit, who the fuck you about to get to come in here and talk? And you had to figure it out. So of course you can get your men to come up a couple times, but then we'll say one day niggas can't come the day you want to record when you got a bunch of topics. But I'm not gonna hold you. I had like a month strong during the pandemic. I was solo dolo, and them shits was because I know how but that's what I'm saying. I know for a fact everybody can't do it. Even the niggas who you feel like do it at an elite by themselves, like let's say Bomani. Bro, he only can swim for 45 minutes. Nigga, I can talk for 3 hours dolo.
For a long time, bro.
Dolo, and I ain't talking about, it's about to get boring. The boring topics, I'm going to get them and move them fuckers right out of the way, because I'm going to spread them shits out, but that come from me managing the band. I know how to get the audience here, let them come down some, and then bring them back up before we leave.
You managing bands too?
I used to manage XIB.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, I love me some goddamn go-go, man. Fuck.
CFEs, La Pearls, I done threw shows at all the major joints in the 2000s. I've literally done my own shows with my band or bands that I was cool with and pack them. But that's why I do it all on my YouTube. But that's why I don't never, even when a nigga be like, oh, let me interview you. I got a YouTube channel. You can go on that motherfucker and you look at whatever you want. I'm just not. I feel like when somebody interviewing you, I don't want to come on somebody's shit and promote somebody's shit. I almost want to look at it like music. I want to just Drake your shit out real quick. So niggas be like, oh, damn, you hear that new Drake shit? I don't want it to sound like an interview. Because if it sounds like an interview, then it's like, interviews be cool, but I like conversations better than interviews.
You're right. So would you ever do a live event?
Yeah, when I get out my own head.
What you mean?
I'm not a people's person for real. And that sound crazy. I've literally threw parties for at least like 15 years. But I'm never a nigga to be like, hey, again, networking. I'm like, and me and my men they are niggas who are like, personally invite you to their party. So they'll text you like, man, I got a joint, man. Come, I need you to come. They'll have you on the guest list, do backflips around to get you to come to the party. And when you do shit like that, now that's what that mean. You have to show up for other people. I'm a mass promoting nigga. I'm going to sit here and promote my shit. I'm just going to make sure the party's so tight, and I'm going to just promote the shit out of it. I don't give a fuck who come. I do the same thing even with partying. I'm never sent nobody no fucking link to listen to my shit. I'm sorry, don't get twisted. Twitter is different. That shit is just like passing off flies. You get unsolicited work all day long on Twitter. But outside of that, I never did. Even some bras I fucked or nothing. Like, and that's how you be. I'm like, damn, bitch, why you ain't tell me you listen? Like, I can try to, like, that shit pisses me off. I'm glad it don't happen no more. And that's why one of my exes hit me. She's like, oh, I guess I can listen to your podcast again now because you changed your topic format. I'm like, yeah, you can listen again. She used to get mad because I never would say names, but bitches, if you listen, you know I'm talking about you because I'm painting this picture and this scenario perfectly. So you know I was talking to you, and let's end up stop listening because I can't keep listening. You keep sneak dissing me, and I can't never speak up for myself. Cool. But all that being said is I just be in my head where I don't never really just like, I don't like people for real, dog. I don't like going to shit. You seen me at the other joint, it just be like, I'm just not.
You was, first of all, I salute you for doing it, for having the courage to do it, because I was like, damn, they really like up on the stage in front of a crowd of people, but you kind of was just like, man, let's get this shit over with, man. Like that was kind of your vibe.
But
like,
because this again is just the topics, dog. Let's talk about some shit. That's why, and even when I told him, like, dog, are we talking about real shit? I could fuck every bitch on this stage, and I'm not doing none of this stupid shit y'all talking about. The fuck are you talking about?
And that was the thing, because I was sitting with my wife, and she was like, "It don't seem like you want to be up there." I said, "I don't know, man. Maybe he's just warming up." But then we was like, "Well, Mike, what you got to say?" He was like, "Nah, I don't have nothing to say about that." I was like, "Damn, bro."
Because
I get it.
Some of this shit just be stupid. Like these shit don't even be. You can't have no real opinion on this shit. Do you really believe that shit? I don't. When people have topics about certain shit, I don't believe you believe what the fuck you talking about. These is just you just coming up with shit like, bro. I don't even don't get me wrong, I'm never shitting on the mental health shit, but I be just like, bro, we niggas, dog. You know how hard it is for men to really, the shit that our process of how our brain really work. So for when niggas get on camera and get to telling you some wild, like, oh, you should do this and this is how we should breathe and this, man, dog, try to be a nigga for real.
Bro, so I will say this. I think you can do it, but I think it would be different, though. I think it would be more so like the way you talk, your delivery, your demeanor, your gestures. It'd be more like a spoken word type of joint. Mm-hmm. Kind of like, hear me out, kind of like some poetry type shit. Like you just get up that bitch and just start splatting everything out. I think you could do it like that. As far as the format of the joint that we both were at, no, I wouldn't recommend it like that. But I think you could, bro. I mean, I don't know. You know, into the future.
No, yeah, of course. I know for a fact that's just something out of my head. Naturally getting people to come out to live venues, I've done that my entire 20s. My entire 20s, I'm talking about from the Ebony Inn to Irvin's. Name a hole in the wall, I done pack that motherfucker out like sardines. And this ain't just a nigga just selling. That's why I say I have. Shout out to Soulja Boy. Nigga, everything I've ever done, you can just go on YouTube and watch this shit. This ain't just a nigga just like, oh, you're back in my day. Nah, you can go on YouTube and watch it. And it got like a couple 100,000 views on that bitch. So my only thing is I know how to get people to come see me, but it's just me in my own head to be like, I just hate you niggas. And every day you watch the news and you just see how crazy people get, bro. I just want to stand. I want to go to the gym and go in the house.
I understand, man. Well, look, man, just keep it in mind, bro.
Oh, no, I want to do it. Don't get it twisted. I know for a fact that my real first payday off of podcasting is going to be getting niggas to have to come and see me live. Because it's not going, and I'm not saying knock on wood, I'm not saying I never can't get a fucking advertisement, John, but I know the easier way for me, if I want $1 tomorrow or for talking on this microphone, hey, go give me a fly, give me a venue, and let's get it moving.
So what you think about Patreon?
I don't think, just to be honest, I don't even think most people content is worth even fucking buying.
Well, you also you could just have a supporter tier. You know they had that, right?
Like, oh yeah, I mean, I don't. It's not a.
It took me a minute to figure that out because I was using some other off-brand shit, and they was like, bro, you know, Patreon just got a supporter tier. It's like it says you're not getting anything, you're just supporting.
Is it a app? Is like an app friendly shit, or is just some shit you got to get on your web?
It's a surprise. It's a subscription.
No, I get what you're saying, but I'm talking about how do you look at Patreon? Is it on your phone?
It's an app and it's a desktop.
Oh, okay. Because I know most people watch it on desktop and people just complaining like it's just who the fuck really gonna sit by a desktop all day.
So, well, my thing is this. It's different tiers. So you got supporter tier, which is $2.99. Mm-hmm. And then, when you start getting to, $5.99s and $10 and $20, then it's like, okay, what are you giving that I just can't go look on Instagram? Mm-hmm. So that's why I'll just be curious to like, does Patreon even really fucking work for? I mean, I guess we can call ourselves the lower or mid-level podcast.
No, I don't. To me personally, I don't feel like that because it's just like if you look at, I look at podcasting just like rapping, and it was so crazy because I used to tell my man all the time, like, bro, you a rapper? Why you just don't cut your fucking phone on and rap in front of the phone, and you can put up content every day? It's the same way I think about fucking podcasting. Some topics I'll save for the week, so it'll give niggas like I consciously be like, I'm not talking about this shit until I fucking record because then if you do everything on video on Instagram, fuck, I gotta go listen to your shit for. So you have to think about that. But then even also, if you talking about doing a Patreon, you want niggas to pay. How many niggas really got shit that you be like, even their regular content is worth like paying for? If I had to pay for this, would I still listen to it? No, and I might only be speaking because I just listen to too many podcasts. So I see some people who be happy as shit to give motherfucking somebody $50 a fucking month to listen to their shit, and they may be getting an extra however many Jones. I can't, nigga. If I watch an extra 5 videos of, let's say, Joe Budden a week, then that mean I ain't listening to the Breakfast Club no more. I ain't listening to Hot 97. I ain't listening to fucking Skip and Shannon and all. I listen to a array of shit, so I can talk for a long time. I can't just listen to him. His fucking opinion ain't that important for me to take 5 hours of that shit. So don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here knocking it because one day I might want to get a fucking Patreon Patreon. But realistically, if we sitting here saying how many people bring just different takes, like I can get like if you was a sports bettor, if I'm like, okay, well I'm gonna give y'all my sports bets every fucking week on Patreon. But you have to build up that. So like that's even when I do now on social media. I show motherfuckers when I win and lose my jumps. I tell you, oh, don't nigga, just wait. If you can't wait a couple more, if you couldn't wait 2 more weeks to bet until regular season, then dog, you got a gambling addiction already. I'm not doing these ass bets. I know a lot of niggas, my little cousins and all of them do ass bets and they just pick parlays because it's say 6 bands and you can spend $20. Now sometimes you ain't gonna hit that shit.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. Some people you may get lucky once in a blue moon, but nigga, I'd rather know, hey, and I caught myself today. I got on FanDuel and I'm looking, I was like, damn, this Laker and Nugget shit looks sweet. I don't want to wait until it's too close because it get closer it get. And if the Lakers start to look better than what niggas think, then the Lakers ain't going to be they'll be the favorites or whatever the case may be. So you got to be careful with, but I'm just saying, a nigga will pay for that. Like if you was a for sure sports talking nigga and you was giving all bets where niggas can go bet on your shit, I promise you niggas would do the Patreon shit. But I wouldn't necessarily, if you had advertisement, would you still want to do Patreon? Like if I could sit in here and get, if I record a regular podcast and get advertisement 5 days a week, would I realistically want to fucking do a Patreon jump for what?
No, you're right. You're right. I just was curious, man, because, it seems like that's the wave. If it's one thing that I would got to catch myself every now and then, it's like, because every now and then I'll be like, damn, bro, I've been doing this shit too long and I ain't making no bread. And I'd be like,
My question though, my question with that is, do you feel like you put in the work to get the bread? I think something. Yeah, dude, I feel like, do you feel like you sit here and say, I put in enough free content to get money? And I'd look at that just like with music. If we was comparing it to music, you think about the run that Wayne had to go on, how much music Wayne had to put out before niggas was okay with saying he was the greatest rapper alive, before he could get to the point of doing $1 million in a week. Have you put in that much work yet? Because saying,
no, I don't think so.
So that's my point. Even when it comes to promoting yourself, like even like that's why I don't count. Like when we just originally was talking about, oh yeah, during the lockdown we was doing Jones. I know for a fact I wasn't promoting my shit like that. I be looking at it. I be mad. Don't get it twisted. I recorded a lot of content, but I didn't promote my content to the masses because at the top of my head I was thinking like, damn, I don't got no haircut, so I never was doing videos. I'm literally just doing audio, and people, but don't get it twisted, word of mouth and doing lockdown, people say, oh, what you listen to? Of course, motherfuckers asking, oh, what shows you listen to? What you listening to? So that was helping because a lot of people just listen to the podcast because, hey, I need something to listen to. I'm talking about all the TV shows we all watching, but imagine if I was doing clips and I was talking about Ozark and this, that, and the third. But at that time, I wasn't one because I thought TikTok was just for dancing and Instagram didn't have a green screen at that time. So that was only a TikTok thing, but I wasn't getting on it because I never seen nobody. You never see no videos come from TikTok with a nigga on the green screen. Only videos you ever seen come from TikTok was niggas dancing. So when people were like, I ain't even been on TikTok a year yet. I literally just got on there because people that I actually take their opinion on creating content, they was like, no, you need to get on here. I don't know what you think you supposed to do here. No, nigga, just do what you already do and do that on there. And that's what made me get on there. So just with all that being said, though, but I just still regret, like, damn, what if I would have got on there when people was gaining? Like, I know bros who don't barely post. They got 30,000 followers on TikTok. But because they got on.
It's easy for the women, man.
No, it's easy for the women, but they got them because they got on TikTok during the shutdown when everybody was running to there. When it was a hot thing for the young motherfuckers, they ran on there at the right time. You do one stupid ass down, take it out west, or you do the fucking silhouette joint. They was out of here.
Yeah. No, I got you.
So you got to always think about that. Like, you just ask yourself, like, have I put in enough work? Like, do I deserve advertisers?
The posting, bro. The posting be just posting all the time. It'd be a pain. Like, I got so much content, bro. I haven't even started doing like throwback shit. I haven't done bloopers. I got an hour and fucking 42 minutes of my last interview, and I only got fucking 4 clips out of there. Like, I really can go back and do it. What do you think about outsourcing? What do you think about outsourcing people to do shit like that?
I'm cheap.
I'm cheap as fuck.
So but that's why even when it comes to nigga, I just whatever I record, because I can record my shit into the computer and I upload my shit just raw as it is. I ain't no editing or nothing. Whatever you say is there. And I just record my brother now, so he know, nigga, whatever we say, it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, it was so many times, man, I considered outsourcing. I was like, man, I just want somebody to run the social media. I want somebody to make the clips for me. But then I was like, they're not gonna make that shit the way I want to. The biggest change I made was the green screen, where instead of sitting there making a clip on a computer, making a clip about ESPN or some shit, like, bro, just fucking screenshot that shit. But I'm
gonna be honest though. If I knew how to do what you do, I don't know if I would play with the green screen shit. Only reason why I say that because, dog, Your videos that you post when you do the clips, them shits look so clean.
Yeah, but you gotta understand though, like certain shit, like I can't green screen our interview. But,
of course.
But I can green screen if I'm at work and some shit hot off the press. I got to
Of course, I get that.
But I would say this: as nice as it looks, it is of no difference as far as the viewer.
Oh no, of course, I get that. I get that.
As long as the message, whether I'm being controversial, whether it's clickbait, whether I'm talking out of my ass. That's all the viewer cares about. They don't give a shit how nice it is.
Nice it is, for sure.
So that's why I stopped really sitting in this joint fucking sweating trying to make all these goddamn clips for nobody to watch it. I'm like, look, I could just do this shit in fucking 5 minutes and it's done. And I'll get a shit ton of views and comments. Hence, I'll be spending 30 minutes, resizing, making a vertical clip, fucking looking for GIFs to add in there. Mm-hmm. Man, sometimes that shit be a headache. Bro, I didn't use so much AI software, bro. You use AI software?
I don't know how to do none of that shit, though.
No. All right, so I'm just free game. I'm gonna tell you some of the shit I was using. So I still use ChatGPT whenever in doubt. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? ChatGPT not gonna give you everything, but it'll give you enough when you run and dry. I used to use this joint called Descript. Descript is like you could actually record your shit straight from there. And what I was doing was I was recording same as I was taking the video, I was uploading it to Descript, and I was getting Descript to remove the ums and ahs and the you know what I'm saying? I could just hit a button and all of that shit would be gone.
Damn.
But what you run into is next thing you know, you like, oh yeah, and then the shit start getting real choppy. Mm-hmm. It wasn't clean. So I said, all right, boom, I ain't fucking with that. So I use CapCut. You use CapCut?
Don't nothing.
What are you making your clips online with?
The green screen from Instagram.
Oh well, CapCut is the same shit. You can do the same thing. You probably can do more, and it's free. Download that shit on your phone. What else? I started using. I'm using Buzzsprout. I don't know would you still using Anchor or Spotify for podcasters? That's fine. If it works for you, work. I use Buzzsprout because they have extra features. So they got this joint called Co-host AI. I'm actually getting rid of it. Co-host AI you upload your audio and it take about 10-15 minutes and it will give you title suggestions, like 5 different title suggestions based off what you was talking about, and it'll give you a description. Yeah. Crazy, right?
Yo, that's nuts.
It gets worse. It'll give you a description. It'll transcribe everything you said. So if you want to send out a newsletter or some shit, you could say, hey, patronies, for the people who can't fucking hear what you're saying, the hearing impaired, sorry, you can send them the whole transcription for $5 a month.
Damn.
You could do something like that. So I was using that for a minute, but then I came up on some other shit, some heavy duty shit. So I tried this other joint called video.ai where you upload your video and it's supposed to make clips for you. But I didn't like that because you got to keep, it's like it's not clean. It's like, bro, if you're not going to do it clean, what the fuck am I paying for?
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Then if I still got to go in and change shit, then I might as well just do it myself.
Of course.
So now my latest endeavor, I'm using this joint called Cast Magic. Now, Cast Magic is expensive. I ain't going to hold you. But this joint gives me, just uploading the audio does it faster. This is in like 3 minutes. It's giving me title. It's giving me description. It's giving me keywords. It's giving me timestamps. It's giving me questions. It's giving me LinkedIn. It's giving me a newsletter. It's giving me threads. It's giving me tweets. It's giving me real descriptions.
Damn.
And it's giving me the chat GPT function. So if I don't like none of them titles, I can put that in there. I don't like these titles. Give me something else. Hey, I want something shorter. I want something with some humor. I want something with CEO Mikey in it. And it'll come up with that shit for you. So safe to say, I'm spending a good amount of money per month in subscriptions for podcast related shit.
So and you know what? Sometimes I always question if I had to do that. I don't necessarily know how hungry I would be to it, because that free time, just like sometimes I always be like, even when it comes to like even like spending money like on promoting a video like on social media or something, and I judge it. I'm like, dog, you can promote it and you kind of try to like, okay, they're gonna push it to these people, but if your video originally or organically goes viral to whatever extent of what your normal shit do, the interaction, you can't pay for that shit. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, I almost was like, dog, that if you spending, let's say if I was spending $200 a week on that shit, just running the ads and I'm even looking at the link. Like, don't get it twisted. Spending money on TikTok promo is what you will, if you go look at your numbers from spending money with TikTok compared to spending money with Instagram, your TikTok shit is 100 times better. Your spending money on promo on TikTok is 100 times better than spending money on Instagram. I stand by that shit because I've done both and I compared both of them. But still, that organic shit, when your video just organically go, so if that means I can spend less money, so maybe I don't have to work as much now. So that means I can just record more content. And if I record 10 or 5 videos, let's just say at the bare minimum, I'm doing 5 videos a day. 1 out of those 5 gonna hit. Mm-hmm. And after one of them bitches, and if I do that every day, then that means, okay, I had 5 videos that went viral this fucking week. So hopefully that translates to more fucking listeners. So it's just, again, when I'm saying putting in that work, is like, but if I had to pay for some of that shit, now I would question, and you looking at the numbers too much. Like, I just want to be able to record fucking freely. Just like when we talk about just like rappers, I just want to be able to go in the booth and I just want to go. I don't want to think about the extra response, because when you start making podcasts in the bill, then you question shit, or then you start pandering to certain audiences. I don't want to have to do that. I want to be able to record freely. If I'm going to talk about this week, this is what the fuck I'm going to talk about. If I don't, it is what it is.
No, I understand, and I mean, unfortunately, man, I'm down the rabbit hole. I mean, I paid, this is a long time ago, but you know, my video editing, I paid $300 for that. Now, it was only a one-time purchase, but you know, you have forever. A lot of people use like Adobe Premiere Pro, and the reason why people go to that, because it's monthly.
Okay,
they'd be like, well, damn, $300, I could just pay fucking $50 a month. But it's you don't own it though. Even though Adobe Premiere got a lot more features, but you don't own it. Like, I own that shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro. I mean, when you start fucking with the video, bro, that's when you start getting a little frustrated, because you know, just having to learn, man. You gotta learn so much. You gotta learn, you know, your frame rates. You gotta learn, you know, are you shooting horizontal or vertical? You gotta fucking scale the page. I gotta go and I gotta center you because you over here, and then I gotta make you bigger. I can't make you too big, because you gonna fucking be grainy. I gotta fix the audio. You too bright now. I gotta color grade the shit, man. You see all these goddamn grades? That's what it's from. Editing, man.
I gotta be able to just pop my shit.
So look, I'm gonna tell you right now. If you doing, I consider what you doing 100% organically. Do that shit as long as you can. And if you get in a position where, you know, you capitalizing, man, let somebody else do it, bro.
No, for sure. As soon as I can get it, and like I said, realistically, you know, that you can, even with Spotify, you can turn the ad shit on, but then you giving a certain amount of your shit away. So it's just like, because I don't necessarily need it, I want to take my time, because I tell you that all the time when you be like, man, why you don't just monetize your shit? You got your numbers right. I always just don't never want to sound like one of them rappers. That be my biggest fear, though. It's too many videos of you listening to old ass rappers complaining about how they got fucked because they was just geeking. If you don't have to, like, if I had kids and this was a dying emergency and I'm about to get fucking kicked out my shit and I need to do it, then cool, I get it. But real outside of that, don't take your time so you can actually hone your craft. And that's, again, like, sometimes when I'm sitting here and say, though, have you done enough to get what you're looking for? If you haven't put in that work, and that's one thing I love about academics, because when he talk about shit like that, it's like, though, I sit on live stream for 3 hours, and if I was doing that shit for 6 days a fucking week and only taking 1 day off, other niggas wasn't doing that. So you can't be mad at the position I'm in. I was putting in the work you wasn't willing to put in. And that's the shit I had to be honest with myself. And that's sometimes you got, even just like if this was a fitness journal, we honest about like working out, like, damn, did I do this? Can I really sit here and say I went hard in the gym fucking 6 days a week? So now why my bench didn't go up, or why I can't run this mile in this a certain time. Most people don't want to put in the real fucking work. So I can't never get mad about the success I got if I didn't put in that fucking work. And most people don't put in the work. So you can't judge where these people at if they not there. This is even like when you used to talk about the pick a side. And one thing I can say, that little fat nigga that's sitting in the middle of that table, bro, he know how to piss me off. He'd be him. He know how to piss me off. So I respect a nigga who know how to piss me off. And I'm not a nigga who writing a nobody comment unless it's somebody locally and I'm just supporting. But I'm talking about genuinely want to cuss a nigga out every time. It be him. I respect that shit. But them little niggas, they do 5. Let's say they do 5 episodes a week at 3 hours a jump. And you talking about they informative? Hell, they take work.
They are on.
So you can't be mad at a nigga where he at. If you're not willing to sit here and say, I'm going to look at these stats, I'm going to watch all these games so I can talk professionally and sound like I know what the fuck I'm talking about. If you don't do it, then how can you get mad about it?
You're right. I'll take it. Last pod question, and then we can get off that shit. So what's the future of your brand? What's the goals? What's the plan?
Shit, just to keep doing what I'm doing for it. I don't really have no goals for it. I be having a goal for myself every day, like to do, like I said, 5, 10, if I can, a good day, like today, because I ain't have nothing else on my shit. I got like 6 videos I need to upload when I leave here. So
6?
Yeah, because it was just certain shit. Like I seen Safari posted a junk talking about what the fuck was this nigga talking about? Oh, he was mad. He called out what's it, Halle Berry ex-husband or baby father, whatever case, because he about to get $8,000 of child support. He talking about what type of real man want to get child support? He might as well wear a dress. I'm like, bitch ass nigga, I know you because you was a background dancer for Nicki Minaj. What the fuck are you talking about? Did you forget how the fuck we know you, nigga? What are you talking about now? You talking real spicy? This is a nigga who got robbed and you press charges on niggas. You got beat up by Meek Mill's men. You talking about what a man supposed to do? Nigga, a man ain't supposed to get his ass whooped on camera or get robbed and press charges. Nigga, go get that shit back in blood. You better get you a shiesty, nigga. The fuck is you talking about? So that's my whole point. If niggas like that, I would never make a video about Safari, but that shit pissed me off. I'm like, dog, you deserve some time right now. Come on, let's get this. Even the Donald Trump shit getting fucking Gunna getting Gunna lawyer. I said, bro, that's a double entendre. I don't give a fuck how y'all niggas fuck where you voting or who you vote for. That move he just did, nigga, Donald Trump was tapped into the black shit before he wanted to run for president. Don't get it twisted, nigga. You can go Google Donald Trump, pictures with Jay-Z, Jeezy, T.I., whoever the fuck you want. He got pictures with all those niggas. And them niggas was rapping about him. Jeezy's my favorite rapper, nigga. Oh, I'm feeling, what did niggas say? I'm like Donald Trump and some white Air Force Ones. So don't ever get it fucked up if you think he removed, though him getting Gunna's lawyer was a double entendre if that was some rap shit. He did that on purpose, though. He know exactly where the fuck he at. Oh, let me see what'll get me talking in the black community. I'm gonna get the same lawyer that these rapping niggas got. You think he did that by? No, this is Donald Trump. Nigga could have got a lawyer from anywhere, but he mysteriously got the same fucking lawyer that Gunna got. Come on, bro.
He's smart, bro. A lot of people don't be want to say that shit. I ain't get into it because I don't talk to politics, but that nigga smart.
So let me tell you something. If for everybody watching, whenever you put this out, when that fucking mug shot out, if you a hustler and you need to sell some t-shirts, and that was one of my hustles when I was young, selling t-shirts, I promise you, you will make at least a couple $100,000 pumping them Donald Trump mugshot t-shirts.
It's supposed to come out today, right?
Yeah.
It's probably already out. Why?
So if you know a bootlegger motherfucker, like I know a nigga on Bryce C. Road where he got a print shop and he print out bootleg t-shirts. I was so mad. Like I had a fake moral principle when Sean Taylor, I don't sell dead nigga shirts. Man, they made so much money with them Sean Taylor shirts. Oh my God.
They still selling them shits.
Oh my God, dog. I was mad. I was like, you bitch. I didn't even know why I had it. I used to sell drugs. How the fuck do I got a moral principle about not selling the dead man t-shirts? Nigga, they made so much money. I was sick, dog. And they had to go nowhere. Nigga, my mother and them stayed right around the stadium. They literally had to do nothing. They had a candlelight for that man literally up the fucking street from Bryce C. Road. And them motherfuckers made thousands of dollars. Obama got elected. Oh my fucking God.
Obama joints. Bro,
listen to what nigga, you think. Listen to what I'm saying. You think niggas ain't gonna buy that fucking mugshot of Trump on a t-shirt?
Yeah.
If I was Supreme, I would fucking find a way to get that shit off.
Bro, I'm telling you.
A Supreme Donald Trump mug? Oh my God, nigga.
That shit gonna be about $500 a t-shirt. That shit gonna be crazy. They gonna sell out. All right. That's all the pod questions I got for you, man. Let's just talk some sports real quick. All right. So what's your take on this Shannon Sharp to first take thing, man?
That shit gonna be great.
Think it's gonna be good?
Hell yeah.
But my thing is, do you think Shannon will be Shannon, or you think he just gonna really be complimenting?
He can't compliment nobody. He too big of a personality now. Like his personality too big to be a complimentary person. Like think about some of the shit he was doing. Like that ain't like nobody on ESPN could do that. Like, and that's what, and I was talking to my brother about that shit. And then when niggas were surprised about people getting fired, that's just like, let's just say if I was your co-host. If I'm only time people see me is when I come on here, I don't really bring you no value. Besides, you just don't feel like talking to yourself. Think about how that's why even when he just did his shit with Club Shay Shay, he took that shit under the whatever that shit Colin Callher got, whatever network he got. He putting his podcast over there. And that's him interviewing niggas, random motherfuckers. You look at all the random niggas he done interviewed. And him actually going to be an online personality on ESPN. Nobody, even Stephen A. Smith, barely may be a bigger personality than him. And if he still is, it's only because Stephen A. been doing it for longer. But we talking about on social media presence, dog. None of them old niggas, they don't even know how to use it. And that shit, to me, that's the shit as a podcaster where I get frustrated with. It's like, dog, you get paid to do this shit and y'all niggas only do your job. So that's why I couldn't, like, of course, as a fan, you be mad that Mark Jackson and fucking Jeff Van Gundy got fired because you want to hear them niggas.
Yeah, bro.
But if we talking about again, what value do you bring? Like for somebody like Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose's presence is only when I cut on ESPN. I don't see a bunch of Jalen Rhodes clips going viral on social media. No, you get paid. You get money to this. The same way think about what you said. How can I feel sorry for a nigga? You tell me all the money you spent just on editing your shit. These niggas is millionaires. They was millionaires before they even got a job at ESPN. So you can't take no money to have your social media shit on point?
You know, it's crazy. 'Cause do you follow I don't listen to Stephen A. Smith's podcast, but it be so hard to listen. I'll be like,
but guess what though? But the same way with the credit you was giving me, he be on point with all that shit now. But guess what? He understand. Oh, I ain't about to let y'all niggas just put me in this box with this sports shit.
Just the sports shit. So I think that's what the adjustment is. It's like, damn, you talking about politics when you start doing that. But I mean, yeah, he talking about a little bit of everything.
But he got to though, because guess what he do now? He know that I can open up a bag for me other places. You think if a rapper doing a press run and Stephen A. Smith reach out to them and say, come and do my podcast, and they gonna say no? Hell no.
They gonna come on.
So that's my point. But he's showing you that, hey, I went to the Beyonce concert. I went to the Taylor Swift. Like, he's showing you, hey, I do other shit. I talk about other shit. I'm interested in other shit outside of just sports.
Okay. So as far as the Skip Bayless thing, I don't think that shit gonna work.
You know, that one, I don't know if that's gonna work.
It's Keyshawn and Michael Irvin, right?
No, it's Richard Sherman, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne just on Fridays. And I think it was
it's Keyshawn.
No, it's a woman. It might be Keyshawn. I don't know.
I seen it today. It's Keyshawn and it's Richard Sherman. It's Wayne on Fridays. If it's another lady, probably a moderator. Most likely a moderator. That's why they be having them on there on his show.
You know what's so crazy though, and I wonder why. Though Joy Taylor is such a star, and I always feel like they put her on the wrong show. Like
that's her show, ain't it?
It is, but it's not because it's too many. They could have put her. To me, if you wanted a show to be just as big or bigger than Skip and Shannon, you should have just put Joy on the jump with Nick Wright.
Yeah,
you could have did Nick Wright and Chris Broussard and did her because originally it was a woman there. But that woman was dry as shit. So when they got rid of her, I was like, okay, nobody gave a fuck.
Like they have even the lady who on First Take with Stephen A. They just be there. I'm like, you gonna let the lady talk? Yeah, she pretty.
Shout outs to Molly.
But like you gonna let her spit or what? Like
they let Joy cook. But I'm just saying.
Joy.
She's out of here. But that's what I'm saying though. But even if you just judging off of just her social media presence, she is a bigger person. She is the biggest personality. If we outside of Skip Bayless. And we talking about social media traction. Don't she do the most numbers on her regular page and on their fucking show page? People be there. Niggas be on the YouTube. Go on the YouTube of that show. What is the fuck is that? Speak. Go on the YouTube. Or niggas say that every week. I'm only here for Joy. Though as men who play the sport, it will drive me fucking crazy if you telling me you here for a fucking woman opinion over mine. Because that means when you cut these mics on, though, you don't have no personality. Fucking what's the Ocho, whatever the fuck that Ocho nigga, whatever the fuck his name, bro. He's a fucking Uncle Tom. Fuck out of here. I don't even use them type of words, but that nigga's just corny as shit, though.
Yeah, niggas not feeling. You know, once he made that comment about he make his stuff for white people or however he quoted that. He kind of fucked himself up. But
it's not even fuck all that. You didn't have to tell me that, nigga. I got two eyes and I got ears. I can listen and I can see your demeanor. But that's why Shannon Sharp, guess what he do? He put that suit on and play that stupid ass game with them. And I still, when I cut this mic on, nigga, I turn up and niggas can feel me. You can feel me at home. When I bring that fucking LeBron, that goat mask, dog, niggas be waiting for that shit. When this doing the Boston series, when that nigga did the mixology drink, I'm like, holy shit, this nigga's next level. What? What made you sit here and be like doing the Boston and Miami series? What the fuck made you bring a mixing drink and start making drinks live on live TV, dog?
When he started doing that, when he started bringing the goat mask and all this, I was like, bro, like, can't nobody else do that shit.
No, guess what? So nobody else can do it. So now you have solidified certain shit. You can't do the black and white. You can't. Don't he some shit that you know you can't do because he already stamped it. There's no way in hell you can go behind that shit. So that's why him coming to ESPN. Yeah, we can get rid of some of you other niggas because y'all niggas wasn't him in the first place. And only time people seeing you is when you went to work. You have to bring something else to this fucking network outside of what I see. That's what was Joe Budden beef with Rory and Mo. Is like y'all niggas. You niggas should have been did your own shit. Why did we have to break up for y'all to do what y'all doing now? I just was trying to take the shit because if y'all niggas can get 50,000 or 100, a couple 100,000 views by yourself, imagine if you was promoting the show like this when you were here, how many more numbers we would have did.
Okay, it's interesting. Okay, I just as far as Richard Sherman, you know what's crazy? Every time I think about Richard Sherman and fucking Skip Bayless, I just remember that clip a long time ago when Skip and Stephen A was together. And he got on there was like, Skip Bayless, I'm better than you at life. I'm better than you at life. Like, Stanford graduate. I'm better than you at life. And now you on the show with him. Like, that shit, like, bro, that clip will never die.
No, you know what's so crazy? Because I never, and I always say this, because it's something like, I always been into sports, and I always liked those shows, but before it was accessible on your phone, I was outside all day long. Like, literally, my days, even still sometimes now, like, nigga, if I leave the house at 7, I might not come back in the house until 2 o'clock in the morning. So if that shit was, at one point in time, even when that clip, my younger brother said, I'm like, no, I never seen that clip. What the fuck are you talking about? And then he sent it to me. I'm like, oh, I never seen this before. I never was a person to literally sit in the house like watching Stephen A and Skip. And that's why the smartest thing for them to do is every show we got on TV, put this shit on the podcast app, because it is realistically your core audience. I'm gonna tell you the nigga who know their core audience the best is Colin Cowherd. That's why I never get mad at his takes, because he know his audience is 9, 10, a white man driving trucks. And that's why I always wonder, do you really do, when you say analytics, like, do you really know your audience? Because most people don't know their audience. And then that's why it seems like you got to pander to one other motherfucker. Even like and I always say this even when I listen to Joe, when he stopped his sports take because I don't want to drive the pussy. You think a bunch of bitches listening to this shit anyway? The fuck are you talking about, nigga? I have never, no, the women, I probably know maybe 2 women to listen to his podcast.
No, you're right.
So who the fuck, what pussy you think drying up? It's a bunch of niggas, bitch. I want to hear your take, nigga. You get paid for this. You got a Patreon, don't you, bitch? You better come and give me a real sports take, nigga, because you give me bullshit New York rap takes. So give me a real sports take.
You're right. It definitely is important. You know what's crazy? I think it was a year ago. I looked at I was like, well, who the fuck is my audience? Mm-hmm. I looked on TikTok, because TikTok breaking shit down for you, bro. My audience is fucking teenagers.
But do you think? So then that's what I guess what my question would be. Do you think those teenagers translate to podcast listeners though?
No. I think my podcast listeners are the same original people from the fucking beginning. And I mean, honestly, so this is my thing. I know we off topic. I got one more take I want to hit, then we're gonna wrap it up. As far as like the audio and the video, like for me, because I'm doing both, and this is like you were saying, you don't want to split your audience. It's hard, bro, to get people to the audio, because they look at the video, they see, damn, this shit look good. So they gonna come to the video. I'm like, I need you to run both of them up. So it's just like, I be trying to figure out like, well, damn, what's best practice? I could do a little sound bite where you got the little fucking volume thing going up and down, but it's hard, bro.
But it depends on what link you share though. Because if you share, like, let's say if you're saying when you do this and you post a clip and you sit here and say, I want to drive more people to the YouTube jump, then that's the link that I'm gonna promote. But if you say I want to promote just my audio, then all right, we just gonna run the audio shit. So you can still have like again. I always like to just use Joe, because I feel like to me personally, he just do it. When we talk about black podcasters, nobody don't do it better than him. So even if I see a clip of his, I go still run to the podcast app. Unless I know it's like, if it's a Patreon exclusive, then I know I gotta wait until it come on YouTube. But outside of that, I'm going to the audio first. I don't give a, you know what I'm saying? Like that's where he directed to me. That's where before he was originally, I've been listening to him when he was only doing audio. So I've been here. So that's where I'm going to stay. So it's just, I think for some people, it just depends on where you direct them to. So you got to be careful. Like if I know for a fact, even when it comes to Threads, I know that Threads is my followers is from Instagram. So I'm not about to share a YouTube link on it. I want to keep it the same motherfuckers. So on Facebook or wherever the case may be, I may promote my YouTube shit because it's not attached to that, or TikTok or whatever case. I really don't even promote my YouTube shit at all. Like I said, just whatever YouTube, however it treat me, it's gonna treat me. But I'm gonna put in the work so it can treat me some type of way. So, but I just think with that is just like, figure out which one is more important to you. You can still keep doing both, but you gotta figure out which link is more important to you.
Well, you know what I be doing, and it's like, it seemed like it was helping in the beginning, but I don't think it's. I use Linktree. Linktree is, you could just have all your shit.
Yeah, of course, but then you're giving people too many options.
Exactly. I think at that point it's like, all right. But another thing, shit is stupid. So say if I put a YouTube link and you click it and it'll take you to the desktop app. Apparently they'd be like, nah, I ain't clicking this. So now you got to use a whole nother thing called Link Twin, to where you paste your link in there. It gives you a new link. So when you put it in, the link join on your Instagram story, then it takes you straight there. I'm like, bro, it'd be the smallest stupid shit that matters, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't never know. I don't know. I thought it took you straight to your shit.
I mean, it'll take you there, but it'll take you to the desktop app. So let's just say you click my shit, and I just put a YouTube link. It's gonna take you to the desktop app, and then you're gonna have to like.
What you mean? What's the desktop app?
Like, instead of you just clicking and you going to YouTube, it's gonna go to YouTube.com on your browser, and it's gonna be like sign in type of shit. It's gonna ask you to sign
that's somebody who don't got a YouTube channel. I mean, a YouTube account. That shit don't do that if you got a YouTube account. Because that's how when I forgot my man's name. Did you had on the Joan that I did his live show? I just clicked the link y'all shared on your Joan, and it went straight to your YouTube channel.
Really?
Yeah, it went literally straight. But I'm subscribed on the YouTube channel, so some people.
Well, maybe that's probably for the folks.
Yeah, because if it'll ask you that sometimes. Like, let's say if you click a YouTube Joan, you're not linked in on your YouTube Joan. It'll say open on app, or do you want to watch it just as is? And you just hit open on app, and then it'll just take you there. I never had that problem, so I mean I don't know.
Okay. Well, I know I've clicked somebody else shit, and I'm like, damn, why the fuck I gotta log in? Like, I can't just watch it, and I'll be like, well, fucking, I ain't watching it. So I've done it myself. So I mean, it is happening. You know what I'm saying? Maybe your shit just different. I don't know. What you on, Android?
No,
Apple? Maybe it's an Android thing. You know, we be fucking up sometimes. All right, my last thing, man. What you think about the Commanders, man? What you think about the preseason?
It's cool. I want some money on the Commanders. The first game,
just some money. That's who's your team?
I like any team with a black quarterback, though. I root for black quarterbacks. So the Ravens, because Lamar is the epitome of a nigga, and they got OBJ. So the Ravens, the Eagles. I really like Justin Fields. I like anybody. I like any team with a black quarterback. The Dolphins. I like Arizona. I like the niggas that I hear and when I listen to ESPN and I watch them go out their way to shit on niggas. Like they go on their way to shit on Trey Lance. They go out their way to shit on fucking what's my man in Arizona name? Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Those niggas. I root for those niggas because I watch how you don't go out of your way to never say that this bum ass white boy that played for the Chargers ain't never showed up. He ain't never won no playoff game. Y'all niggas be on Lamar Jackson dick, but don't never say nothing about this white boy ain't won shit. But you tell me this nigga, dog, anytime they do power rankings, he's head of everybody. This nigga was head of fucking Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was just in the fucking Super Bowl in a shootout. It ain't like Jalen Hurts ain't show up, nigga. He showed up, he threw over 300 some fucking yards in the Super Bowl, and you got this all these, dog. Listen, go watch that ESPN, or go look at that ESPN power ranking. That shit, the top, it was fucking Patrick Mahomes, and he be pissing me off with him and his fucking white ass wife. And then the next four niggas was white quarterbacks. It was fucking Joe Burrow. Then it was I think Josh Allen, and then it was the Chargers nigga, and then it was it one more? Oh, no, they ain't have Trevor Lawrence ahead of. Then it was, I think it was Jalen Hurts, and then it was Trevor Lawrence, and then I think it was like Lamar Jackson. So you see him saying, before Lamar Jackson the fucking MVP, and you got fucking 4 white boys or 5 white boys ahead of him, and ain't one shit. They had Matt Stafford at the fucking top 10. This nigga ain't even play last year.
Well, you know how the media got.
So that's my own point. And even with Washington sports teams in general, shout outs to all you niggas who are diehard. This is my take always for people who are diehard Washingtonian fans. And if you still not with your baby mother, I don't respect you as a man. Because you more loyal to a fucking team than you was to a woman who gave you fucking kids. That's fucking insane to me.
Listen, so this is what I'm going to say. First of all, just fucking preseason. I think we happy because the offense looked electrifying and all this, but let's pump the fucking brakes, all right? First and foremost, I don't even think y'all even had any starters in the game.
No, they didn't at all.
And the Commanders had their fucking starters in the whole first half, which I thought was too much. First quarter shit took them out. Now we got fucking McLaurin with goddamn turf toe, which is they trying to downplay it like it's some short shit. He's going to be affected. So I'm hoping that you're going to go ahead and sit him. Mm-hmm. Now, my only thing is, this is my hot take for the Commanders. When is this bye week? Week 10? Fuck around and let them be fucking 3-7 or 4-6 or something. Rivera ass is gone.
No, I don't think that's a hot take. I think because even if you listen to I listen to their radio shit sometimes when I'm working, and they need to get some new niggas on that radio station because that shit just sounds so old. And I get it. They probably know their audience. It's probably old niggas like my dad who still listen to them. But it's just be like, that shit has no youth to it at all. You cut that 980 shit on and that shit be like, bro, I'm listening to a bunch of old ass men and these topics sound old as shit. But going back to that, I think they already been one. I think the Rivera nigga know that they want them to get fired. But my only thing of it is, dog, and the fans are so fickle here. It's like, dog, why the fuck what happened to Heineke? Nigga, I watched Heineke ball out against Tom Brady in the fucking playoffs. And I'm like, why the fuck did y'all let him go? Now you got some miscellaneous niggas that ain't nobody ever fucking seen play before, but you telling me y'all about to put y'all shit in him?
They are really high on Sam Howell. I'm like,
for what? What the fuck has he done?
I mean, I'm not saying he didn't play good, But that's preseason.
Dog, no, listen to and again why I don't respect this team and I don't respect the fans. Dog, y'all had a chance to could get Lamar Jackson. He wanted to stay in the DMV area. And they was the first team to be like, no, we not looking for Lamar.
They ain't
How the fuck you not looking for Lamar Jackson? Y'all supposed to be, man.
We had the money.
Listen to what I'm telling y'all. Y'all want to see some black excellence, drive y'all ass up the street 45 minutes. Dog, that Redskin Wizard shit is fucking disgusting. I might fuck with the Wizards this year because I fuck with Jordan Poole and I like Kyle Kuzma. I wish the Lakers never let Kuzma go.
I fuck with Kuz. Okay, so fuck that. Let's give it the Wizards. Now we talking. So, do you think the Kuz Jordan Poole party gonna work though? Because you gotta think they both want the ball. So are they gonna work with each other or they both gonna be jacking?
I think both of them gonna be jacking, but I think they can play with each other because they both have played with niggas who are more ball dominant than both of them.
But who's the point guard though?
Jordan Poole's supposed to be.
He's gonna be the point
Oh
guard.
no. The other nigga y'all just got from Memphis.
What's his name?
They was gassing that nigga anytime during the playoffs when they was talking about him. Is Jones something? I forgot his first name. His last name Jones though. I think his jersey number like 21.
I'm cool. So I'm cool with Poole. I'm cool. I do remember the point. I'm cool with the point guard. I'm cool with Poole. I'm cool with Kuzma. I'm cool with Gafford. I'm hoping Gafford is the starting center now. He needs to be the fucking center. He's earned it. He go out there and get you some buckets. But who else is coming in? Denny?
I think when you rebuilding the team, realistically, do you really need more than a solid shit? If you just got to go over a solid 1 or 2, shit, that was what kind of was carrying Brooklyn.
What is Denny? Like, people be really sizing Denny, bro. Like, what the fuck does Denny do? Denny don't do shit. He might get a little defensive stop here and there, but he not doing enough to be getting all these minutes, bro. What? Kispert need to be starting. You understand me?
I'm just going with Poole and Kuzma. I ain't gonna hold
Bruh,
you. If you put your faith in them two young niggas, let them niggas hoop.
They gonna run. I'm not worried about them two. I'm telling you right now.
How many more games do you feel like y'all gonna win this season?
How many did we win last year? Like 30?
Yeah.
Man, I still don't even think we're gonna make the fucking playoffs. You gotta ask me out by All-Star weekend. It's too early. I don't know how they gonna play. I'm just trying to figure out how much more time does Wes Unseld Jr. got?
Oh, these teams here is so loyal to keeping niggas though. Like they ain't
we fired Scott Brooks to get the same shit. Bro, we play so lackluster.
But can I ask you a question? Do you think sometimes that comes from the team, or because I had this argument where I feel like sometimes it's even the fans. Like even here, people complain about niggas not going to the game because of the owner. What the fuck do the owner got to do with y'all going to the game? Niggas was happy about selling the team. The owner never played in the game. The owner has since I can remember, dog. The owner every year got the Redskins a big name nigga to at least for y'all to go buy his jersey. From when it started with Bruce Smith, Donovan McNabb, fucking Deion Sanders, all of these niggas. He always gave you somebody to go buy a ding. Like the nigga wasn't trying to win. It's just that the players just didn't pan out. But what the fuck are you mad? You're celebrating about getting a fucking new owner. Like the owner's about to put on some fucking cleats and some fucking shoulder pads. The same way with the Wizards. The fucking Wizards gave Detroit Pistons their whole entire championship team. All of them niggas used to play for the Wizards.
You're right.
Richard Hamilton, Rasheed Wallace, fucking Ben Wallace, all them niggas was fucking Bullets before they became a fucking Piston. Literally right before they was Pistons.
Everybody leaves. Like look at Rui. Bruh,
but I ain't gonna hold you though. Niggas was telling me off the rip that Rui was a dog, and I didn't know because I really don't be keeping up with the Wizards like that.
I never seen that shit till he get to the Lakers and he putting up 25. I was like, 25?
But guess what though? Again, it's a difference between when you play for a team and if fans is just rabid fucking fans on social media and in the arena, though, if the fans are just, dog, you think about how many people, I knew endless motherfuckers who was mad. They went to the Wizards game to go see the Grizzlies and they was mad because John Morant didn't play. But guess what, dog, niggas, even for him, I said, y'all can't be mad at John Morant because this don't seem like a real sports town because
basketball.
So shit, not even fucking football for real, dog. Look how many, when you go to a Redskins game, 9 out of 10, if they play the Steelers, the Eagles, or fucking, it's all of their shit.
You're right.
So niggas, of course I'm gonna sit out certain games if I know that y'all crowd ain't even fucking showing up for real.
And I agree with you on that. So when I was in California right before the fucking pandemic started, somehow, somewhere we went to a Clippers game and we went to a Lakers game. The Clippers game was fucking whack. Kawhi Leonard was tearing their ass up. They was losing. I think they was playing, I don't know who the fuck they was playing, but the motherfucker had like 40 points. So I fell fucking asleep. We went to the Lakers game. And they played New Orleans. And this is when Zion, this is before the injuries. Bruh, from pregame until the end of the fucking game, the fucking stadium was electrifying. everybody. People wasn't even going to the fucking bathroom. Niggas was just pissing on themselves. Nobody was getting up, bro. You go to the Wizards game, and motherfuckers ain't even packing the stands to fucking the end of the third quarter,
niggas
bro.
is coming because it's a cheap date and you look sweet. Let's be honest, though. I've done it a million times, though. You wait until you ask the bitch, okay, you trying to go to a Wizards game? She say, yeah, you go look on fucking seat, get some good ass seats for a low price. Dog, that's 90% of the fucking arena. Niggas is just going there for dates. Motherfuckers ain't even give a fuck about the game. The girl you took, she don't know shit about basketball. She's just trying to look sweet for the fucking gram. The closer you can get her to the fucking floor, the more fucking she in her fucking phone. Dog, nobody don't give a fuck. That shit is a difference. Dog, you go look at other cities, dog, I be so upset because I be like, dog, how are y'all are fake fans because you don't even go to the fucking game. And don't get it twisted. I understand even with the Mystics. I remember this old lady was telling me, she was like, she about to go to a game during the summertime. It was like 11 o'clock in the morning. Who the fuck is playing at 11 in the morning? Dog, the WNBA with their schedules is disrespectful as shit. I'm like, dog, who the fuck, even when they did the All-Star game, how the fuck y'all had the 3-point shootout at 4 p.m. on a Friday? Who the fuck don't gotta work?
And that's why, I said something about this a while ago. That's why I don't know nobody watch it. Bro, the time.
Not even just the time though, but women, I mean, I'm not gonna hold you. Go ahead, knock your thing.
But so you telling me this was something that I said. Hear me out. You could have the WNBA on the same time as the NBA, or overlapping, but just do it like this. Okay, you got the first game is the women's game, and the late game is NBA, or vice versa, bro. I'm gonna watch it because it's basketball,
of course,
and it's on at a time that I watch basketball. I don't want to watch a game on Tuesday at fucking 3:00.
Of course.
Like, I think if they just change the time, now I don't know if that's gonna get them some more money or no shit like that, but that would at least bring your viewership up.
For sure.
Bro, more people watch the fucking Big Three than the goddamn WNBA, which comes on fucking Saturday.
Exactly. But it's a time though. It's a time. It's time, and then it is also because don't get me wrong. Because some WNBA teams do great jobs at marketing and promotion. The Las Vegas Aces, though I follow damn near every girl on that fucking team because they're so entertaining on social media. So it's easy to even follow that team. Again, when we talk about the ESPN shit, though, you have to bring something else to that fucking team besides when I put my fucking jersey on. Because though like I said, I literally follow at least 6 players that play for them. They only got 12, so if I follow 6, that's half of the fucking team. And I follow the team page, but they know how to keep me entertained. So they know how to. But the whole WNBA got to move like that as a unit. And women don't support other women, dog. Even just perfect example, and that's why we made a video about that. The Sha'Carri Richardson shit, dog. I watch so many women on a weekly basis. Y'all tell me all about Krishan Rock. You tell me about Sukiyana. You tell me about Sexy Red. But dog, this woman, y'all literally trashed her when she lost the last time. Y'all gave her hell for smoking weed. Y'all gave her hell for fucking getting smoked by the Jamaicans. She come back and win, and it's not even before she even won that one. Nigga, she just won her last 3 fucking races and was smoking shit. That was her closest one. The last 3, she was blowing bitches out the door. But nobody wasn't even talking about it. I'm even looking at the Shade Room. I go look at the comments. I'm like, bro, that shit had 700 comments. The Shade Room be averaging like 20,000 comments. But that just lets you know women don't support other women. Matter of fact, it wasn't even Sha'Carri Richardson joint that had 700. It was the fucking the Asia Wilson joint. She scored 53 points. It was 700 fucking comments on that page. That's disgusting, dog. That's why.
And then half them comments be on some like, well, anybody can play girl basketball. I be like, come on, bro. Like, that's an accomplishment, bro.
But that's again what I'm saying. That's why when we talk about having certain other conversations when it comes to podcasting, I don't be wanting to have them because I live in the real world and know this shit is bullshit. All that fake support. No, if y'all really support the dog, no WNBA game should be empty. If women actually supported women like they supposed to, them games should never be empty. Right. Even if those blog pages highlighted some of that shit, though, you can't pick and choose. I'm just gonna highlight one game because guess what? Asia Wilson gave fucking the Mystics 40 points 2 days ago before the 53-point game. Motherfuckers don't even talk about that shit. I lost money because I bet with the fucking Mystics because they when you on a FanDuel shit, you can't never get no fucking favors against the fucking the Aces. And I was mad because then that same week I ain't betting on no more WNBA games because this shit is just rigged. You can't get a good bet. Because you really just don't know the teams for real. Like, even if it's the teams is 2, both got close to the same record, you really don't fucking know for real. But the night I didn't bet, the Liberty beat them for their fucking the cup shit, and then they end up fucking losing to the Sparks. I'm like, damn, of course the fucking time I try to make a stance and not fucking bet, I could have fucking really made, because dog, you bet against the Aces, shit, nigga, them odds be like, you can bet $10 and win you 200. Because that's how stacked they are, though. Don't look at this dog shit.
They stacked up.
No, nigga, they stacked up crazy. Like any night, and that's how you know sometimes when they take their foot off the gas, because the next time they play the Liberty that same week, they beat the shit out of Liberty by like 20. So that's my point. It's just like, they kind of the betters be fucking known for real. That's why I can't wait for the regular season. Football and basketball, I need to fucking bet. But yeah, the Redskins is some fucking shit. I don't respect them because they the only. Well, Mac the Giants don't got. They got a white quarterback too. I'm cool. Any team with a white quarterback, fuck y'all. I don't fuck with you. Your quarterback black, I'm rooting for.
Well, look, I will go to a Wizards game. I ain't going. I don't give a fuck if the Commanders undefeated. I'm not going to no game, bro.
Why not?
I need to be in the dome, bro. Fuck all that, bro. I worked at the stadium for a year. I was a spotter.
What's that?
For the PA announcer. So the guy was like, touchdown, Commanders. I sat next to him. Motherfucker's voice is crazy. But what he does is he opens this big ass bay window. So he's like, I need to be in the game. So when it's cold, us and all of the audio visual people are fucking freezing while we were getting our asses whooped every fucking game. And all I was getting was like $60. And then I had to walk all the way out the stadium, all the way down the fucking hill, all the way around the corner to the staff parking. Bro, it was taking me an hour to get out of the stadium, as well as getting out of that. Man, that shit wasn't worth it. Fuck that.
What was you doing to like? What was you doing there though? Like
the only thing I was doing was I just verified the player. So if motherfucking Ryan Kerrigan got a sack, I'd be like, Kerrigan. It's Ryan Kerrigan. Just because the old guy he can't catch everything. So I was just his second set of eyes pretty much.
Damn, that's
tight. It was tight. It was tight. Like he wanted me to come back next year. And I was like, they reached out to me. I said, yeah, I'm gonna decline. I'm good. That motherfucker called me and was like, hey, what you need, parking or something? I was like, I'm gonna be honest, man. It ain't worth it to me, bro. I was like, I'm in this bitch because think about it. If it's a Monday night game, what time of Monday night games be going off?
Come on at 8, so they be going off at like close to like 11 something.
Bro, I wasn't getting home to after 1 on a Monday.
See, but you know what's so crazy? And this go back to the question though. Earlier when we was talking about though, it's like, and I think because you have the luxury of already having a career and already having a family, already having home. For somebody like me, when you don't have none of that shit seemed like a great opportunity. One, just for learning experience, and then two, it gives you a different. You can speak now about the Redskins or sports from a different lens.
Yeah. So now this was way before all of this.
Okay.
This was just like I just was looking for some shit to do, and I was like, hey, you can get this little job. He looking for somebody because apparently the guy that was there, he had like passed away. And he was there for a long time, so he wanted me to stay, even though I was making mistakes like shit. I was like, he was like, well, who is it? I was like, hey, watch you lower your fucking tone. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they gave you a little $60 check. You get a check, and you can eat as much food as you want. I seen Stephen A. Smith. That motherfucker kind of tall too. I ain't know he was tall like that. I was like. I looked up at him and I was like, damn, boy, that headline is real, bro. It's really back there. But I seen him. I seen fucking Skip. I seen a bunch of them dudes in there just grabbing food. They don't say shit to you. You get a little vest and you can sit over and look at people. You can walk all over the stadium. But when it's time for that game, you had to be there. So it was cool. But man, that was when we had like a really bad fucking season, bro, and we was just getting punished. So I'm like, bro, I'm out here in the cold. We getting burnt every fucking game.
What's real quick before we leave? Can we touch on the? I seen you did a video, 2 videos. I seen you did. I want to if we could touch on before we roll. The Hall of Fame jump with the basketball and even the football. I don't think I know none of them niggas, so I'm cool on that. But the basketball shit was ridiculous.
So look, I just want to lead to say about that was a little bit of clickbait, right? It was a little bit. That was a tactic.
Was it?
Yes.
Why you feel like it was clickbait? What you felt like was clickbait?
Because I would have put Crawford in there. I definitely would have put Crawford in there
as a first ballot. This is first go.
I mean, if I'm comparing him to Vince,
what you about to say? You about to tell me Jamal Crawford better than Vince Carter?
I ain't saying that, but I'm saying that both of them can go in at the same time. I only said Vince because I knew
I don't think Jamal Crawford is in the same class as Vince Carter as a basketball player.
But I mean, but the 6-man thing is he's done so much in that category. I mean, we can argue that neither one of them could go first ballot, but they both.
Vince Carter. Only reason why let's just say culturally wise, basketball culture wise, Vince Carter has done. So even just for what he did for the dunk contest, and
that's my thing. That's why I had said in the comments, one of my fucking 600 comments, I said maybe the real question is what classifies you as a Hall of Fame player? Is it what you've done to the game? Is what you've done to evolve the game? Is it popularity? Like, because if it's popularity, it's just Vince and it's Crawford. If we just going off popularity, I'm taking them two. Whether it's the first round or not, or the second round, all I know is them two going before the rest of them other niggas. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go with Joe Noah was defensive player of the year twice, and Tyson Chandler got a ring, or JJ Barrera he locked up LeBron. I mean, is that what y'all going off?
Listen, and the crazy thing is, listen to what I'm saying. I was literally only time one. I was a dollar. Two white boys I ever root for in life. Well, three outside of Joe Rogan. It's Peyton Manning and Dirk Nowitzki. I'm a diehard Nowitzki fan. Before I even fucking gave a shit about LeBron James, nigga, I want a lot of money because niggas was loving LeBron before I was. I'm a LeBron stan now, but at that time, nigga, I was rocking, riding or die with Dirk Nowitzki. Nigga, oh my god, I want so much money back with the Mavs. JJ Barrera and Tyson Chandler are absolutely, especially, and niggas don't get JJ, and that's why I hate when people always be like, well, Jason Kidd won it. Jason Kidd was just his back of his jersey said Kidd, but that wasn't fucking Jason Kidd on that Mavericks team. JJ Barrera and Jason Terry was the 2 second best, and them niggas was rotating nights. It wasn't like both of them niggas was ripping and running every night. It was every night. It was either JJ or was Jason Terry. But them two niggas, but they not no first ballot Hall of Famers just because they beat the fucking Heat in the finals.
Exactly.
Fuck no.
Exactly.
Because what the fuck? I don't even know when the fuck JJ Barrera even stopped playing in the NBA.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, first ballot. I mean, like I said, we can argue that none of them should get first.
No, Vince can be a first ballot. Though Vince Carter got too many highlights.
But that's what I'm saying. So is he a Hall of Famer because of the highlights?
But realistic. But let's be honest though, that's what moves the game forward.
Exactly. So I'm not disagreeing with you, because if that's the case, then that's why I'm only taking Vince.
Of course.
Because they be like, oh, he was in a dunk contest. I was like, bro, that was the most electrifying fucking dunk contest
ever.
Like, he fucking, I haven't seen the windmill, the 360 windmill came from him. He created a dunk.
Nigga, the arm
and the rim came from him. Nobody was doing that. So it's like, if we're basing it off that, hell yeah, he first ballot. If we basing it off his stats from high school to the fucking NBA, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
No, he was a dog in North Carolina too.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit, him and Antoine Jameson both was dogs in North Carolina.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I asked, nobody broke it down. I'm like, so what constitutes you to go into the Basketball Hall of Fame? Do we know that? You know what I'm saying? Is it for your likeness? Because if it's for your likeness, I'm only taking the first two. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And if we're going to go to the second year, I might take Noah because Noah had a lot of passion, a lot of heart, and he got defensive player twice.
Noah made his name just off because he didn't fuck with LeBron.
Exactly. But I'm just like, what is... It's a really big question, bro. Like, what fucking constitutes you to go to the Hall of Fame?
I mean, realistically, I think when it comes to basketball, it's way easier to get into than football. Because football is bad. It ain't too many times you ever watch the Football Hall of Fame and be like, damn, how the fuck this nigga get in it? Because there's a lot of niggas who ain't getting on it. You think about Ocho Cinco ain't in that motherfucking steal.
Football make you wait. Because they was like, what do you think about Andrew Luck? I was like, bro, Andrew Luck, he probably going to be like fucking 70 when they let his ass up in there.
You know what's so crazy? And again, this is because I love Peyton Manning. I was so happy that the Colts never won shit after they let him leave. I hated Andrew Luck just because he replaced Peyton Manning.
I think he was good. He just got hurt a lot. He got hurt. He wasn't a bad quarterback, but he wasn't like, why is he on the list, bro? And they was like, why you take Brandon Marshall over Jordy Nelson? I was like, I mean, Brandon Marshall's stats are better, bro. Wasn't Jordy Nelson like all fucking Packer?
But guess what? Brandon
like
Marshall probably realistically only getting this conversation there because Brandon Marshall's sports media career.
So again, that's what I'm saying.
Because it's not. Let's be honest. I didn't know Brandon Marshall for playing football. I know Brandon Marshall for having.
I watched him play football. I didn't see nothing special. He was a big runner, a wide receiver. He's just a big guy. He used to get that little corner fade. He took advantage because he was tall, but I didn't watch him like that. So I'm just like, is he in the conversation because of his likeliness or because of his career? Because everybody in the comments was like, well, Pac-Man Jones not going to get in because of his off-field shit. So that's what I'm saying.
And the NFL is real live on that fucking good old boy shit. So like, you got to be damn near squeaky clean niggas.
Exactly. So if you want to talk Jordy Nelson to Brandon Marshall, I mean, I don't think Brandon Marshall had no off-field incidents, nothing like that. But I know
not nothing crazy like some regular football type shit, like him getting loud with his wife, some type of shit like that.
Yeah. But I mean, if you tie Jordy Nelson's career with fucking Aaron Rodgers and all Packers fucking wide receiver, I mean, you know, do the stats really matter? Or does it matter who the fuck was throwing on the ball? See what I'm saying? Like, it's so many avenues. But just a question,
even with the football, just when you're saying who throw you the ball, do you think sometimes do you give that more credit to the quarterback or the wide receiver? Because I can look at that's one of my takes for even when it's Peyton. To me, I'll still take Peyton over Tom Brady because Tom Brady never helped nobody get in the Hall of Fame. Oh, any nigga who ever touched the fucking ball and Peyton Manning was there, nigga, them niggas in the Hall of Fame. And nigga, Jeff Saturday he's a fucking center, dog. He had a coaching job and a job at ESPN. Only reason why, because he was giving that motherfucking ball to Peyton Manning every fucking Sunday.
Possibly. That's what I'm saying. Bruh, listen, maybe we don't know, but I'm going to go on the limb and say that I think your fucking likeliness counts, bro. I think it counts. I think it does. I think even if you was a fucking bum, if they loved you in the fucking league.
Oh yeah, I mean of course because that shit is voted on by fucking writers and shit. So it's like if you were good realistically, and most of them niggas who played on the coast was some good old boys. They talk proper, like, and that's what the coast was kind of remind you of, just like a clean cut team. Like it wasn't like Edgerrin James was the only nigga who had any edge on that team.
Exactly. So I think that shit matters, bro. So. I'm gonna keep covering it because it's good comments. They going at me. They're like, man, what the fuck you mean? No Brandon Moss, but Jordy Nelson. I'm like, bro, I'm not. We all ain't going to agree.
Oh, okay, but then I got another question for you because I did have this argument with my man over the weekend. How do you determine who is okay to talk sports media with, or who do you even get your sports media information from? Because, for example, we started off with Pick Your Side. Those are some young niggas who ain't never one of them maybe had played like some regular basketball, but not at a elite level. So how do you pick and choose
who I get my source from?
Yeah, or who even is knowledgeable enough valid? Even
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, for basketball, the Woj bomb. To me, he's a valid source and he quick. So, and as far as football, either Adam Scheffner or Ian Rappaport.
But I'm talking about just regular niggas that maybe doing what we doing on social media.
Person? It depends, man. Like, some of these pages, they're not showing a person. There was one page, just some white guys. I think it's called For Friends Podcast or something, and they do sports. And I think I used a clip of his once or twice. But, I mean, usually, honestly, 9 times out of 10, when I'm getting ready to get a take, I done already seen it from either them people I named, so I don't have to go to anyone that's on my level of podcast and to verify that. Now, if they got a crazy take or some shit outlandish, yeah, I might use that.
So do you think when it comes to sports media, do you feel like that is the end way for a news person? Because that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you? Because like, let's just say even like with Cam and Mace, me personally, nothing about what I know Cam and Mace from, I don't give a fuck about y'all sports opinion.
No, they just entertaining.
So that's my point. But so I would be wondering how, but you never would hear people in the comments like what they'll do to me and you. What you know about fucking sports, nigga? You ain't never played.
Oh God, you get that too?
I don't think I get it because I'm probably on camera. I even probably look bigger than what the fuck I actually am.
I got that recently. Was like, who'd you play for? I'm like, bro, who cares? Like, I mean, honestly, I would love to be the source. I would love to become a source, but then it's like, shit, I don't got my head edge of the streets that much. I got other shit going on. So
yeah, I'd be amazed by how many niggas can do the high school shit. That when a nigga can really be tuned into that high school shit and you understand the rankings for these high school kids, I'm like, bro, you different. You deserve my like and you deserve my share. Bro. Me to send this into a group chat or something because dog, that shit take high school. That shit don't come crazy. On TV.
No, it don't. Only on the professional level. I don't follow college. There's too many teams.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I don't follow high school. Shit, where would I even start? I would love to, but it's just not enough time in the day, man. I mean, but I salute those who do shine the light, give the spotlight to them kids.
But then I guess even to tie that back into the very original question, do you think sometimes that comes with niche audience?
Yeah.
Because like you said,
I think there's some people that's just specifically, or there's other high schoolers that's out here like, well, he covers our school or he covers our rival school, so we're going to follow him. So in that case, if I say, yeah, my audience is teenagers, you know what I'm saying? They're following me because all I cover is high school football or basketball. So in that case, I'm the source for them. And they're going to trust that I'm speaking the real facts, or I'm there, I'm at the game, and I'm fucking trying to do a quick interview with the players or something.
But just regular people on social media, how do you, just for you personally, what made you fuck with pick a side?
They kept popping up on TikTok.
Okay.
They kept popping up on the feed. And they do this thing that's cool. They call it Would You Rather edition. I think that's cool, man, sure. Because even that shit takes it make you think.
It make you think, and it can get you upset if one of them say something crazy.
So, and honestly, bro, like that's what it is, man. It's like when I say, like, what's your signature move, man? Like, what part of your podcast, your take that draws the people in? Mm-hmm. And I think that's what it is. They can do that shit all fucking episode
for sure.
And I'm just like, damn, who they gonna do this time? You know what I mean? And then they gonna give you some facts in between.
Of course, I do think that's something that even realistically, that I had a conversation with a homegirl of mine, and we was talking about TikTok, and she was telling me how much she was getting paid because she got a huge social media following. She was telling me like one of her checks was like 5 racks. And she was like, "Why you don't post as much?" And because sometimes like it just even that, and this is just for anybody who listening and creating content, you can't think sometimes about just your presentation because so crazy. I told my brother this. My most viral videos every time I don't have a haircut. When I feel like I look like shit. Don't them be the videos. I had a Nicki Minaj reposting my shit. I was talking about one of her songs. And it was, nigga, I look like ass. I know I needed a haircut. But that song and that verse went so crazy, I wanted to hop on that shit ASAP. Because I was like, oh shit, she dissed Meg on the jump. And she posted this shit on her jump. Like, and she posted it on her Instagram. And that shit drew from Instagram and went back to TikTok. Because it was a TikTok video. So she found it on TikTok and then posted it on her Instagram, on her Insta story. And like, but my whole thing of it is just like, sometimes, even especially as men and older men, I think it's sometimes I'm sure you'll see certain topics, but I don't give a fuck about that shit. I told myself from now on, if somebody DM it to me, a friend, a girl, whoever, I have a response to it. And if I don't have no response, I'm not just gonna make a video. But if I feel like it make me feel some type of way, I have to make a video to it now. I even today where I would start following the Shade Room and shit. Cause I've been unfollowed all them, but I'm like, if you follow all, it's easier for me to keep up with the sports shit because I follow all the sports pages. I'm gonna miss out on some of the pop shit unless I go search for it. So if you don't feel like searching for it, like the Safari shit, I would have never seen that shit if I didn't follow those pages today. But because I follow Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, and fucking Spiritual World, it came down all three of them. I gotta talk about it. If all three of them posted it, I need to talk about it now.
You're right.
So it just real quick. I know you ready to rap. I'm wrapping you up. That Steph Curry shit, and I'm done. You feel like Steph? You feel like he the best point guard of all time?
No. Shooter.
Okay, so who do you feel like is the greatest point guard of all time?
I mean, everybody said I didn't watch Magic. I didn't come up, so I'm not gonna say that he's not. Mm-hmm. But I am saying that Steph is the best shooter ever.
But from the basketball you've watched, give me okay. Now let's just not say one. Could you give me your top 3 or top 5
point guards?
Yeah, all time.
Damn, you caught me off guard.
All right, while you think about it, I'm gonna give you mine. I'm gonna go Penny Hardaway for me would be number 1. And that after Penny, I wouldn't put no real order, but Jason Kidd, Gary Payton, Kyrie, and
I'm definitely with you on Penny. Penny was my favorite player coming up. Definitely.
Niggas don't get him or Grant Hill don't get enough credit because both of their careers was cut short, and his was cut more short than Grant Hill because at least Grant Hill kind of got him a slight second win. Penny ain't after his shit. Them knees got the fucking with him.
I remember when he got hurt and that was it for him. I was like, damn, I had rookie card and everything. I would definitely say Penny. I would definitely say Kyrie. I will say I fooled with Derrick Rose before he got hurt. I was a huge.
I be forgetting Derrick Rose was a fucking point guard.
I was a huge. If I have to pick this most modern day, I gotta go Derrick Rose, man. He was electrifying before he got hurt, dog. Electrifying.
No, for sure. Anybody, even if you was a LeBron fan, you have to respect Derrick Rose because that fucking Derrick Rose Chicago Bulls team, nigga, they made them fucking Cavs sweat for a second.
So I would definitely, if I have to pick one, I'm going to say Derrick Rose. And of course, if I got to pick somebody from the house, I got to go with John Wall. Even though John Wall's career may not have been that good.
You'll go with John Wall over Rod Strickland?
No. Well, I wasn't watching the Wizards then. I'm only talking about what I watched.
Okay.
So I'm just picking John Wall because he just was an energy player, man. Like energy, bro. Energy. Like a lot of people talk shit about Pat Bev. He's an energy player. He's annoying, but he's an energy player. He ain't saying he's your favorite, but when he's on the floor, it's comedic.
I wish Pat Bev have a little bit more game.
I just wish he had at least a little jumper.
Yeah, that's it. He need at least a jumper that you gotta respect. Like if he had a jumper that you respect, I think Patrick Beverly would be a way more. I mean, he still always find himself on a team. It's not like he done found himself since he been in the NBA. He's never found himself out of the NBA because I do feel like a lot of people respect that energy shit. But yeah, if he just had a slight jumper that you had to respect, I think Patrick Beverly will be even a bigger because of personality. People love his personality. That's why people fuck with him on the podcast. People fuck with him when he play on your team. You appreciate him when he on your team. Yeah. You just don't like the nigga when he not on your team. But I think people gas Steph up so much because it's just the 3, dog. That's it. Take away the 3, then what?
He's really a 2. He's not even a point guard for real. I mean, the way he plays, he not. I mean, how often do you see him like on some Chris Paul shit, really getting motherfuckers involved? He's a shooter. So that's why I say shooter, yes. Point guard, no, not even. But close.
You know, even when people say. Because of course he take them wild crazy shots.
He take the. At first I was like, man, he really just taking these wild crazy shots, but he making them shits though, bro.
No, for sure. But so would you take him over Ray Allen? Prime Ray Allen. Whatever you feel like. If you feel like Seattle Prime or Milwaukee Prime, Ray Allen used to get fucking yams.
I would take Ray Allen as far as just a precision shooter. He's a precision shooter. You know what I'm saying? Steph is just fucking shooter. He gonna shoot it however. Ray Allen, like, I'm in the corner. Hook me up. I'm in the corner. Hook me up. I'm at the top. You already knew. You know what I'm saying? Steph, you just fucking dribble in a circle and toss the bitch up with his eyes closed and it goes in. So he's just exciting to watch.
Of course, for sure.
Like a buddy of mine, he's a photographer and he shoots for the Wizards. And he said that like Steph Curry is, whether people want to admit it or not, he is the most popular player in the NBA.
Of course.
And he's been for a while, over LeBron.
I don't know about that because if you go jersey sales, he don't sell more jerseys than Bron.
But I understand it. But it's like, let's just say you have like because when he shoots, he's usually at he's usually at the game about 2 or 3 hours before. Mm-hmm. He said that when Kyrie is there, Kyrie get out there super early. He don't want nobody there when he's shooting around. LeBron and all them do their thing, bro. We say when Steph is doing his little, like you see the shit on the internet when he be shooting from half court. He was like, bro. It's almost like it's a fucking game going on. There's so many people
want to see that
that's
shit.
in there. So, like, popularity-wise, they love him, bro. Like, they love Steph Curry,
I don't think you can't. I don't think, but that, again, goes back to the conversation we were saying earlier. What he brings off, not when I'm just on the court, that I've already sold you on that. I sold you on the pre-workout.
Exactly.
Niggas won't wait to see you come and shoot in the bleachers or leave before you about to walk because you have that is a part of your package. The NBA has even packaged that shit where it's like, yeah, get to the games early because you want to see Steph warm-ups.
Exactly.
Because they promote that shit. So that's what I'm saying is sometimes it's like, what else do you bring to this situation outside of whatever when you come and just work?
Yeah, I think it's it may not be written down, but I think your likeliness, man, plays a huge part on whether you go into the fame first or second or fucking third.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, him going to the Hall of Fame, that's not even in question. But I just do think people give him a lot of credit because I don't even think he's better than Kyrie, to be honest. But I just think he played on better teams. Even when we talk about 3-point shooting, it's just like I don't even necessarily know if he still have had those games where they're so memorable. Like number wise, yes, but I'm talking about actual games that you can kind of close your eyes and you remember how this shot was, how crazy everybody went after he hit it. Like compared to them shots that Reggie Miller had against the Knicks or the Bulls, Reggie Miller's battles against Jordan, Reggie Miller's battle against the Knicks. I don't know if Steph got any of those.
Well, I just think so. If when you compare Steph to Kyrie, it's like they're kind of doing the same thing. It's just different. So Steph is known for the crazy shots. Mm-hmm. Kyrie is known for the jelly layups. You already know he going in. He going mix your ass up and he gonna put the goddamn spin on the shit like. So they kind of doing it like that's what he's known for.
For sure.
Like he's known for, and whenever in doubt, somehow, some way, he gonna get that motherfucking layup. With Steph, whatever in doubt, he gonna mix your ass up and he gonna pull that fucking three. He gonna turn around, look at the crowd, and walk by. So they kind of like the same player.
Of course.
But I mean, if we're talking who's more of a complete point guard, I'm going with Kyrie.
For sure, because passing and just even when you're thinking about point guard, for most of us, if you of a certain age, you end up falling in love with a point guard because his style of dribbling. Even from the first nigga, I'm like, nigga, I grew up with the tape generation. That buying them NBA Jam tapes and you getting to watch Tim Hardaway do the killer crossover and him trying to break it down and you trying to learn how to do that shit. Dog, that shit is amazing. And then you watch it grow from Tim Hardaway to Jason Williams. The white chocolate don't get enough credit. I don't give a fuck. Like, dog, sometimes you can't hate on niggas he a white boy. That white boy played with a lot of soul, dog.
Sure did.
They never won nothing, so I don't think that. But that'd be always my point where I hate sometimes, like, how do we pick and choose who to celebrate because they won and they didn't. Because you'll celebrate Karl Malone. He ain't never win shit. But you would shit on Chris Webber and that whole Sacramento team.
They're celebrating because he played the fucking Bulls every year in the goddamn playoffs. That's why.
They don't celebrate Gary Payton. And he played them. I think what they played them. Oh, they might have played them once. I don't think they played them twice because the Jazz played them the last. Seattle played them the first time, and then the Jazz played them the last 2 years.
I just think honestly, man, I don't think it's enough space to celebrate all the players that need. It's like until God forbid something happens to Michael Jordan, they always gonna talk about Jordan, and then one saying it's gonna be LeBron, and they ain't gonna talk about no fucking body that was in that LeBron era because LeBron was so dominant for so fucking long. You know what I mean? So it's just not enough space in that popularity room for everybody to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they don't talk about prime Derrick Rose enough. Like, bro, like, are you kidding me? They don't talk about fucking Baron Davis. Man, there's so many people who was fucking dogs in their heyday and you don't hear shit about them. But you still hear about Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan.
That's why I don't be mad at some of them for having podcasts. I think, though, to be honest, to me, the great sports podcast, you have to have a non-athlete on the jump.
Hell yeah. Because you got to get somebody who, you may think that his opinion doesn't matter because he didn't play, but it does.
Yeah, and you need somebody just to be the kind of the comic relief. Like, even I like Paul George shit. I think it'd probably be a little bit better if they can kind of maybe steer it a little away from just being interview based. But he got the nigga from Road Bounce on this shit. I mean, not Road Bounce, ATL on the joint. Yeah. That's what I know. And I know he played in endless movies, but that was just the most popular joint I could think of. But even just him on it, like he brings him and the white nigga, they both kind of funny. Shit, the white boy that fucking Patrick Beverly got, that nigga is gold. I'm sure Boss Stu just gave him because I know he didn't know this white boy from Adam and Eve. But that white nigga is fucking podcast gold, though.
You know who else got one? I listened to it a little bit. I couldn't get with it. Trae Young got a joint.
I've been seeing clips, but I haven't listened to it. Because when he do interviews, he asks. So it's how
he's like, I know they got this perception of me. I'm like, don't start your shit like that. This your shit, bro. Why you going there? So I couldn't do it. All right.
Can I ask you a question? I know you about to roll. I know.
Go ahead.
I know this way out of your element, and I know you got to edit all this shit.
Child, you wearing me out.
Nigga, I'm here. You had me take forever. What's music? I ain't heard you talk about music in God knows how long. What you listening just to?
What am I listening to right now? Well, of course, I'm always bumping Currency. I'm always bumping Larry June. That's just my two favorites. I listened to the new Quavo joint a little bit. There was a couple tracks on there that was okay. Mm-hmm. A lot of people was really on the Travis Scott joint. It's a couple of jumps on it. That shit sounds satanic to me. I don't give a fuck.
I'm with you on that.
It's
a couple of jumps for workout purposes.
It's a couple like I honestly, what's my favorite joint on there is the joint with what's that, SZA on there. It's Future and SZA
on the song together. Yeah.
That's like the best joint on there. But all them shit sound like off some like everybody got motherfucking robes on. They about to drink the fucking Kool-Aid and pass the fuck out and die or something. That's how that shit be sounding.
You be listening to music when you be in the gym?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I listen. Well, usually when I'm in the gym, I'm listening to Go-Go. I'm listening to either like a Don Toliver. I fuck with Don Toliver, man. I just fuck with his voice. His music ain't even that good. I'm listening to some old Migo. I'm listening to the Gotti that just came out. I like the Yo Gotti.
What's your favorite song with the Gotti joint?
I like the No Way Out joint. That's the one where they got the little kid like pull up on me at the end. I like that one, and I like the little Mind My Business joint. I like that one.
Yeah,
I like that one. And it's just like Gotti he just gave me.
I mean, have you listened to the ESTG joint yet?
I haven't. But you know who else who kind of grew on me, weird out of the blue, the Griselda dudes. Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine. Be hit or miss
for me,
bro.
It depends on which jump. Like I fuck with. I think Conway out of all of them, out of all the.
I think Conway is the best.
He makes the best albums as well.
I think he's the best. But it's just the beats they use. You know what I'm saying? Like them old school sample beats. I fuck with that. That's my chill shit when I'm mellow out. I'm zooted or whatever. That's it. That's really why I fuck with them. I fuck with Action too. Some of his old shit. Now I don't know what he's doing now, but. I've been fucking with them lately. It's just really what Spotify be sending me, man. Spotify be trying to introduce. They got the little DJ joint on there. They be trying to trickle a little bit of shit in, man. But yeah, I know you listen to a bunch of shit, but and whenever in doubt, if I can't find nothing, I would go back. I even go listen to some old fucking Scarface.
What got you into the Larry June nigga though? Like how you get there?
We was in California, and my man kept playing it. I was like, what the fuck you keep playing? And he just kept playing the same couple of songs. So I was like, well, let me see what's going on. So I checked it, and he had this one song called Mr. Midnight. And I don't know, I think I was driving. I was drunk, driving and shit. And I was like, damn, this shit groovy as fuck. And, you know, the groovy music that's always my go-to. And then I just kind of started searching. I was like, damn, he got a lot of fucking music. So I just went to This Is Larry June Radio, and I just let it play. And honestly, over time, he's going to be replacing Currency. I've been listening to Currency since 2010.
You got hip to Currency through Wayne, or it's something different?
Nah, on his own, on his mixtape, Covert Coupe. I listened to it. I was still in the service. I was listening to that shit, and I was like, damn, this nigga kind of groovy. And he just kept coming out with the mixtape. I was like, damn, this nigga coming out with a mixtape every fucking month. And I was hooked from there. But just as of lately, man, he did a album, a mixtape with Jermaine Dupri, and I was like, this ain't you, bro. Like, nigga, it's either you and Cardo, it's either you and Static Selector. That's it, bro.
Do you think that was him trying to reach a different audience? I watched the interviews where they was doing on press run, and I feel like he was just trying to step out of his box, because I think people put him in the box already, so he kind of like, nah, I can kind of make other music too.
I think that he's getting to a point where he's been rapping for a long ass time, and he want to get up there.
Of course,
he want to get over the hump. I mean, like anybody else would. It's like he can sit here and act like, oh well, you know what I'm saying, I'm cool. You know, I make my music, I have my cars, I can chill, smoke all day and all that. But I'm like, yeah, who don't want to just who don't want to?
I swear to God, I'm letting you leave out there. That shit, when people say that, I always really be wondering, like, though, is that really true? Because it's just meant as our ego. Though, who don't you always want to be the best or feel like you competing
you want to go as far
be
as
the best? Like, can't sit here and say I'm cool with just like, if I was only get one ad. No, if I get one, shit, can I get 10?
Yeah.
You get the taste of something one time, dog, it's just like you want that shit again.
Yeah, and I just think he just being, you know, of course you want to go. Like when he do some shit with Alchemist, like he came out with a mixtape, and it's like some Miami type of shit. I'm like, what you doing, bro?
But I guess he put out so much music. I'm sure he has to feel like he got to try sometimes.
No. So by all means try, but I'm like, bro, like try on what you do, what you like. So I'll give you another example. Wiz Khalifa. I fuck with Wiz. I fuck with the smoke Wiz, not that pop shit he doing. So when he be doing that, I'm like, bro, like, I get it because he's considered, you know, the next tier up from the people that I'm talking about. But when he put out Wiz Got Wings, you know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, this shit groovy. I can fuck with this. And then he put out some shit after that. I was like, what is this, bro? Like,
but even with Wiz though, I think he got lucky.
He got multiple audiences,
and that's what I was say. He got lucky because he actually caught hits when he just caught hits at the right time. That fucking, because he really still has never reproduced Cushion Orange Juice. And niggas, and you got to think about it, niggas cut him slack. Don't really be on his head for that. But then he caught motherfucking the Black and Yellow. And then he did get that one other junk when what was that, the whole project that he let Southside and them produce. And it had numbers on that junk. And Taylor gang, all that shit on there.
Alter Dance or some shit like that. It was a mixtape.
It was a mixtape. It was like a black cover on the jump. But he caught one. But it was just like the way even Wiz started was like he started so strong, and niggas never really be like how we do with like Wayne or you do with Jeezy or Gotti or Gucci. Like we be hard on certain niggas about like, nah, nigga, we want that old sound, and we let some niggas just be like, all right, we just let Wiz do whatever.
But the reason why he don't have to do it is because he got everybody likes him. Everybody likes him. Everybody don't like Gotti. You know what I'm saying? Gotti got an audience. Everybody like Wiz, so he can do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like, well, which Wiz am I getting this time? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm getting Pop Wiz. All right, well, let me know when I'm getting Cardo Wiz back. Let me know when I'm getting Smoked Out Wiz back. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. That's why I like when people be like me and my wife, we listened to the most recent Larry June. He did I think the Great Escape. And my wife was like, all this shit sound the same. I was like, that's all I need. I just need you to sound the same. Don't go out here and do some.
So my question is then, what about for niggas who get mad at the Baby? Because all his shit sound the same.
I'm not a Baby fan or Lil Baby because they both sound the same. They sound the same. But my thing is this.
I'm with you with the Baby. Lil Baby being different poppy.
If that's my cup of tea. If the baby pause is my cup of tea, by all means, you know what I'm saying? But he's not. So if niggas not fucking with him because they feel like he doing that same tempo or rap on every album, that's fine. But Larry June do the same shit every song. He numbers, all that shit. And right now, they fucking with him. Now, I don't know how long it's going to last, but I'm along for the fucking ride. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't commercialize your fucking self, I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? That commercial shit, man, this... You lose it, man.
Of course, but niggas be having bills and niggas be
I know.
better
Like,
cars
listen,
and want to buy other shit.
I know, like, by all means, like, don't change what you doing. I'm just a fan, you know
Of course,
what I'm saying?
but the fans matter though, because if you do not become a fan no more, and a nigga try to chase that mainstream shit too fast, you could lose your core audience.
Exactly.
Even going back to original with podcasting, when I started to see more niggas was willing to share the podcast, I'm like, oh, I could talk about more nigga shit. That was, to be honest, that was one of the things that really triggered me off when I seen I got more dudes like on Tuesdays that share the link. And I'm like, or tag me in an Instagram story. I'm like, oh, well, I ain't got to talk about that. That's 5 less women topics I don't got to talk about. I can bang a little bit more. So, or if a nigga DM and be like, oh, I love when you and your brother arguing about sports. I don't give a fuck who right or wrong. I said, oh, well, then we can keep arguing. Because, nigga, me and him been doing this our whole fucking life. Yeah. So that shit is second nature. That's nothing. So just little shit like that, even when you talking about audiences, it's like, you gotta be careful. You want to grow your audience because you want to be, who wouldn't want to be Drake? I can go to every city and fucking sell out whatever your arena is 2 nights in a row. Who don't want to be there? Who don't want to be Beyonce or Taylor Swift? But it is just like, you gotta be careful because if you go too left, too fast, it ain't no coming back.
Some people are just very strategic on that, man. Like, listen, like, speaking of Drake, bruh, nobody even gives a fuck about that techno shit he tried to come out with. Nobody even cares about that shit no more.
Because he had some bops on there,
You remember when it first came out? We was like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? And then he came out with some shit right after. It was like, so y'all not going to listen to it? Fuck yeah, we going to listen to it because it's Drake. Of course. So it's just all how you market yourself. But it's like, don't make yourself look desperate. Because when I see some of the Currency interviews, damn, Currency, you my man, but I got to get on you. When you see him on these interviews and when he talking to other people and when like people be like, you know, giving him praise, he be like, oh, but you know, when you share it and all this, I'm like, damn, bro, like, chill, bro. You kind of like, I know you wanna get there, bro, but don't be on some like.
But of course. But I even think sometimes with certain rappers, I think that they got so lazy where they don't do the homework when it comes, even just to podcasting. Like, I pay attention to rappers. I'm like, dog, you go to certain podcasts and they only talking about sex. What's the purpose of that? You ain't going to, you have to, if I got a team, especially if I'm at a level where I have a team, no, I would have my team. I need to figure out what's the big and small. Because back in the day, a chilling market, like if I was a fucking radio host in fucking Louisiana, you still had to come and sit and talk to me because you still wanted to get your shit played in Louisiana. So niggas should treat, even when you interviewing podcasters, the same way. I'm not a person who judge, because I remember that conversation y'all was having about what makes a vet podcast or whatever the case may be. I don't necessarily think just because you got a bunch of numbers, I can tell y'all some shit. I think it's horrible. I think Drink Champs is fucking horrible. If we talking about just off of a listening experiences and shit that I can be like, I took away some good. At one point in time, early in it, yes, because he was just interviewing his friends. He had stories we never heard about. So when he was interviewing Jadakiss, but dog, he do Jadakiss like Bliss fucking nightclub do Jadakiss. This nigga be here like 20 fucking times. Like, bro, how many times you gonna talk to Jadakiss? With an interview style too? Y'all ain't even talking about current topics. Y'all ain't talking about nothing. You just interviewing and dog, nobody wants to hear that shit. It's loud. You get drunk. I don't want to hear that stupid shit. So them numbers don't necessarily mean where I can find somebody with 50 to 100 fucking listeners and this shit may be super informative, super entertaining, sound clear as a motherfucker. So I don't necessarily know if I'm gonna judge it off that. But if you build your listeners off of only talking about music and you only got 200 people who listen to you every week, but them 200 motherfuckers listen for your music opinion, why would I go do a fucking podcast talking about fucking bitches and who suck my dick the best? I'm going to do a sex podcast with Angela Yee, and they ain't talking about no music on here. They just talking about my sex life. How that's going to benefit my fucking music?
You're right. But, I mean, you agree to go on that motherfucker, too. You could just say no.
But that's my point, because somebody on your team ain't doing their homework to have, let me find a nigga with 200 fucking views, and he talk about music and current shit, because his audience, if it's a reoccurring thing, that's what they here for. They here for his music opinion. So I mean, that's just certain shit. I know I've been dragged you way past your podcast bedtime.
Listen, let the people know where they can find your stuff at, man. Look into the camera and let them know.
CEO Mikey on Instagram and Crazy Weird Mikey on TikTok. And then the regular podcast shit, Apple, Spotify.
How often are you dropping? When are you dropping your episodes?
Each and every Tuesday, I think like at 4 a.m. Yeah, every Tuesday at 4 a.m. YouTube. I recorded John live Monday nights on YouTube. So if you... And my YouTube channel is Sweezy Gang Entertainment YouTube.
There you go. All right, man. Look, I want to thank you for coming on, man. You definitely squeezed an extra hour out of me, but I appreciate it though. You know what I'm saying?
I'd rather give you some shit to chop up with. You can kind of just play however you want, and if you don't want to record for the rest of the month, you can eat. You got shit. You got different shit you can break up because you can go with the sports shit. I appreciate you.
Conversation was dope, man. We are out. Cop now.